Yeah.
He was here. If you were here, you would have more control. Here, this wrist took everything. Yeah. You like this? Hotep and Grill.
Kanye on that drum. All right, so welcome back to Sunday's Corner, everybody. How you doing, sis? Welcome to the show.
Fantastic. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming through. If it seems like, oh, she's not even giving these people intros. No, I don't give them intros. I let them speak for them damn selves.
I thought my plight in life was about saving the world until I realized I didn't have the skills or the tools to save myself.
Yep. If you're not activating now, then what are you doing? Wasting my time, wasting your time. So let's go. Until next week.
Welcome. Her name is Kim Clayson. Clap it up for Kim Clayson. Love it. Kim Clayson, ladies and gentlemen. This is.
It does look good. We are going to be flipping seats. Like I said, a lot of the states did go through redistricting. Maryland was one of them, Florida, New Jersey. So we'll be flipping a lot of seats in really good areas.
Sonny Johnson.
Oh, is it on? Like, it ain't like I'm not loud enough. You can't hear it. You know, I can be loud without you saying. And that, you know, before that, I was always like, I'm Hotep adjacent. You know, I would always say that. But when you got to that point, when I was like, okay, now it's Hotep.
What point did you come to?
Hotep Bill. The point where when you hit the realization that it's not about necessarily winning the argument or fighting with the left or fighting with, you know what I'm saying? No, it's not about that. Now, I'm going to create the platform where you can find the content.
These last 5 years of my life have been absolutely amazing, and Chad has been a mentor and helped shape my brain. So if they call me a radical, I've been radicalized by Chad. We can blame him. He's the one that turned me into an anarchist.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How I'm supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in.
You have the password to...
How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there, you understand?
You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.
Two, one, boom. Hotep Jesus.
Of all the Jesuses I know, he's the Hotepiest. Social scientist and YouTube host, Hotep Jesus.
How the fuck do you get a name like Hotep Jesus?
The one and only Hotep Jesus.
Ryan Sharp, better known to the world as Hotep Jesus.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Somebody said, what do you think you are, some kind of Hotep Jesus?
Ooh,
and
that's
I was
good.
Just like, ooh, that's sexy. Yes, I do think I'm Hotep Jesus.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
What's up, family?
Hotep.
Welcome back to the Grift Report, Monday to Friday, 2 p.m.
I'm gonna be cooking this weekend too. I'm gonna hit y'all with some Grift Report this weekend. I'll be here, so be on the lookout. It's going up. The grind is imperative. The grind is not only inevitable, it is also imperativo. You know what I'm saying? You know, I gotta start off with a little bit of cooking. Let's cook this up.
The wicked or the godless flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous are bold as a lion. Bold as a lion.
Y'all think these rappers ill? Ill. I don't feel them boys. Mama from Chicago, it's obvious I'm in Illinois. Trying to let me in the door. Who said I give a choice? I'm a legend like I'm John. You hear it in the voice. Enough of glorifying me. There's one go. I was lost all on my own. The Holy One spoke. Hell hot but flow cold. You gon' need more than one coat. Devil say he want war. God built me for the gun smoke. A man hard plans his way. We know who doesn't step in. Harry Styles on a narrow path. I'm headed one direction. They wanted to be as it was. But God said come to heaven. Think it's sweet like watermelon sugar. They not understanding. It's just a sign of the times. I'm done paying popping my rhymes. And times can you not see the signs? I'm praising my pop in these lines. So glad that I'm not with the blind. Yeshua coming back is going down like Jack in his prime. But these dudes sleep and they too deep in the world. But with the flow, I still kick it like Bruce Lee. And with God, I'm building for protection like it's Fortnite. But ironically, these boys too weak. Killed my old self. Why? So I can live again. Become a new creation. Now I no longer live in sin. Let's get it in. I can't sell my soul for the dividends. And mental cell is what it piss you in. Free him from prison then.
I'm the black version of Homelander. A grown man that'll throw hands at his own fans. Trying to hold hands in the comments, call me an old man. I'm kidding. I'm full of massive energy with enough toxic masculinity to die on the cross for whatever you speak and wait for 3 days to come back from the grave. So I can turn the other cheek. Let's go. It's better to be a monster and learn how to control it. I burn hotter than coal. I discern how to behold when the word God to control all of my soul. I'm like Morbius mixed with Morpheus, morbidly forming a Mortal Kombat for these Shang Tsungs who would shoot to kill your whole universe with a James gun. I'm Clark Kent in his black suit, I'm attack-proof, in a bad mood, looking for snacks, ready to smack group. I get my powers from the sun, talking about Jesus. Sentient life form, born in an ice storm, who came to earth to where Christ born, struggling to fight porn, working hard to keep the lights on, listening to college drop out cause I don't like dorms.
The king's coming to demons that's more scary than going to war with a horde of Dothraki barbarians, all carrying swords, while they're led by Daenerys the Targaryen. On a dragon they'll come up short as the dwarf Tyrion Lannister. But this ain't the Game of Thrones, this is the danger zone to the persecuted. They're hanging stones, just know that you ain't alone. We hated on it, labeled menaces like Jesus and his disciples during the reign of Rome. But be bold, don't ever change your tone. Your name will be added to the book of life as your name's engraved in stone. My whole gang is on that Genghis Kong, banging on the God of this world, screaming Yeshua till his name is known. Yes, so I'm going in with this pen, inserting this medicine in the verse for the men that are in the search. Cause these rappers cap more than a dentist with dental work. They ain't real, they just playing pretending it's metaverse. Pause for Christ.
Ooh. Oof. Oh man, that was a heater. That one's called Bars for Christ. It's off that Bryson Gray Letters to Church. Man. Woo. Woo. We got a few things to cover today in the Grift Report. It's a ratchet Wednesday. I got to be honest with you. It's a ratchet Wednesday on the Grift Report. We got to talk about aliens. We got to talk about Hunter Biden. Tucker and Ice Sube had a talk. We're going to play that whole thing. We're going to go through that whole thing. So I'm going to run through some of the topics so we can spend more time on that. But we starting the conversation today off right here. I'm starting today's conversation off with a debate. We're going to look at just a glimpse at this debate. Young Pharaoh versus Gary Ginsburg. GG33. I watched some of this last night before I fell asleep, and I got to tell you, I can't tell you how entertained I was. So let's take a look at here. I want to go to when the debate got real spicy.
Truth to what you're saying, but we cannot, and we cannot, and what I will not ever do is discredit.
It gets spicy right when Gary takes his glasses off. That's when it gets spicy. Or right before that. So let me find that.
The part that extraterrestrials play.
Have you seen them?
In the world. Oh yeah, I've seen extraterrestrials. I've actually been abducted 5 to 7 times. And I've actually been, I don't want to say experimenting on, I've actually been, let's say medically enhanced by extraterrestrials for a fact.
You're a 30.
This a real Hotep brother.
Young Pharaoh claims he was medically enhanced by extraterrestrials.
3, brother. You're supposed to be smarter than everyone else. That's not being enhanced.
I've also,
your spirit is already enhanced, brother.
Let me say this. I've also been neurologically enhanced by extraterrestrials. That's a fact. Now, outside of that,
neurologically enhanced by extraterrestrials, says Young Pharaoh.
Even when we say the English language, English comes from the word English. Then you
will have. Go ahead. Version, brother, get it out there. This is evidence.
So with that being said,
so here he is going into his presentation on white people. I think he's trying to prove some sort of genetic inferiority or something like that. I don't know what the hell is going on.
This black man right here, if you look at his features, right?
With our gene. The one trying to present it. You're the one trying to say this is factual.
Do you mind being quiet long enough for the audience to hear the facts?
I mean, you're gonna play videos all day. Go ahead.
Thank you very much.
You're supposed to articulate your own stuff.
A lot of geneticists think things happen randomly.
Articulate it yourself.
That random changes can then add up, etc. In fact, a lot of statistics says that random variation, etc. It's actually spread out through.
Which is often used to splice DNA augmentation to make things.
A monkey right now.
How come you won't?
Look, this is what you're acting right now. Chimps are naturally more violent, and this is why white people y'all act like that because y'all share 98.
Whoa! Oh, here we go. So white people are now chimpanzees. How did they? Hold on. How did these chimpanzees happen to enslave you? How did these chimpanzees happen to enslave you if they are inferior? Explain that. How? How did they enslave your people then? If they're so inferior, how did they enslave you? How come you won't?
You never enslaved us. That was a lie. You never enslaved. That was a lie.
Oh, that was a lie? Oh, the slave trade never happened?
You ever heard?
Wait. The slavery never happened.
You ever heard of the Gullah War?
Did slavery ever happen? Yes or no?
You ever heard of the Gullah War?
Did slavery ever happen?
And not to the extent to which is lied about.
Educate us. Educate me on that. Go ahead. Floor is yours. Tell me about it.
I will educate you on that after I'm done proving how you are.
No. I want to know about slavery.
So this is what a gorilla looked like when you shaved the fur off. If the hand looked just like a Caucasian man's hand, it looks just like you.
This is such garbage. This is such garbage.
So now
this is absolute trash, man.
This is from skincancer.org. Y'all died after melanoma. The skin cancer rate is second in the world.
You don't like white people, do you?
It's not about white, it's about
No. You don't like white people, do you? I mean, keep it real. Listen, if you don't like them, say them, because obviously you think they're inferior. Are white people inferior to you?
You are what you are.
I'm asking you, are white people inferior to black people? Yes or no?
When it comes to
no sugarcoating, brother. Say it like this with your chest. Are black people superior to white people? Yes or no?
When it comes to
he's sugarcoating it. He's sugarcoating it.
In nature,
say what you feel.
When it comes to standing in nature, genetically, yes.
Welcome to the Grift Report, where we cover all the grifters.
Yes.
There you go. Yo. There you go, brother. Say it.
When it comes to being in cold, dark environments, no.
You are a black supremacist.
No, I'm not. I'm dealing with
you
science.
just said black people are superior to white people. You are, by definition, a black supremacist.
In the sun and in nature, because this is our home planet. Now, wherever the fuck y'all come from,
where do we come from? Mars, Venus, where do we come from?
You were genetically engineered by extraterrestrials to invade.
Which ones, Grays or
This is great.
Reptilians.
Malevolent. There are Greys are EBEs. They're extra.
They work for the reptilians. I get it. Just tell me which one.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, give me all the cliff notes. I read the same garbage online that you did.
Malevolent reptoid beings. This is from Fox News.
Fox News.
Whites are genetically weaker than black studies.
Maybe when it comes to athletics. Maybe when it comes to athletics.
Look at this. We don't have this, Erythro. This is where y'all get the concept of vampires from, because y'all.
You can't drink milk either. Sometimes black people are lactose intolerant. White people aren't. So let me tell you something. People have different stuff. Tell me this. A white man invented the internet. A white man invented the phone. A white man invented the automobile. A white man invented the airplane. How are you superior? Explain to me how you're superior.
Such thing as being lactose intolerance. You're actually wrong for being lactose tolerant, because when you're 2 years old, your lactoid gene shuts off, and you're actually supposed to stop breastfeeding.
Actually, my wife, when you breastfeed your kids, the IQ goes up further. When you breastfeed, were your kids breastfed, sir? Are your kids breastfed, sir? Yes or no?
Y'all have disease genes.
My friend, are your kids breastfed? Yes or no?
Look at you. Look at your arms and look at me and look at you. You see how hairy you
is? Yeah. Look at over here. It's what's in here that counts, brother. So again, I am asking you, were your kids breastfed?
Was in the British Library.
Were your kids? You don't answer questions, do you? Were your kids breastfed?
I'll answer other questions when I'm done with my first.
Were your kids breastfed?
Of course he doesn't. You see, when you breastfeed your kids, they go up in IQ, whether they're black or white. The IQ level goes up. This man didn't even have his breastfeed kids fed. You did not have your kids breastfed, did you?
Do you know that these are real kids? These are real statues of white people saying where they come from. You know that this is out of what's called the British Library. These are called the Beast of Europe. These are real family crests. This is what the fuck y'all look. I dare you not to shave for a year. This is what the fuck you gonna look like.
What the fuck you think you're gonna look like if you don't shave for a year?
I'm not gonna look like that. Because I don't have Neanderthal in me. You have Neanderthal. So I said to say we are not the same species.
Wow. How come white people invented cars, invented airplanes, invented computers, invented the internet, invented the phone? Stuff that you're communicating your thoughts on right now. How did those Neanderthals do that?
I got 7 apps, 3 inventions, and 2 products.
Did you invent the internet, sir? No. A white man did that. A white man did that. Did you invent an airplane? A white man did that. Did you invent an automobile? A white man did that.
Oh, this shit gets better.
The patent.
Oh,
you stole the patent for GPS.
Of course we did. Of course we did. This is the same argument women use. You stole something. You stole something. No, my friend, you don't understand how the game works.
White people invented for sure. Y'all invented pedophilia for sure.
No, I won't argue with that. I won't argue with that.
I'm glad you. Okay, at least
I won't argue with that one.
I'm glad you can't argue with it. But long story short, here's David Wilcock also.
Again, a homosexual. Everything he says is disvalued right there.
So how can you accept that y'all invented homosexuality, but then you want to try to say a homosexual?
Just because another black man killed someone doesn't make you a murderer by association. Just because a man with your skin color committed
originated in their community, because once again it was created by white men headed by
stuff. How come if the black man is superior to the white man, why is it the white man enslaved the black man? Explain that.
There's fallacies in that history.
Then explain those fallacies.
I don't care to.
No, of course you're not, because you make statements and they're not real. If you look at IQ levels, Ashkenazi Jews are the smartest people on earth.
Here we go.
Not black people, but Jews. Jews control 52% of the money. Not your people. Jews control that. So you want to call other people Neanderthals, yet they're the ones who are running shop.
This is my. Okay, this is my argument.
Everything he says is disavowed right there.
This is my argument. This is my argument.
Explain that.
How can you accept that y'all invented homosexuality, but then you want to try to say a homosexual?
How come the white man is superior to the white man? Why is it the white man enslaved the black man? Explain that.
Now Gary's a Jewish man himself, so he's bragging on his peoples.
Are the Rockefellers black? Are the Rothschilds black? Are the Lee families black?
Bloodlines were stolen. The black royal.
Of course, everything's stolen. Everything.
Are the Rockefellers black? Is the Rothschilds black?
Stolen.
Black royal family in Britain.
Where are they now? How come they couldn't beat the white man? If the black man is so superior and they had everything, how come they couldn't beat the white man? Why did they allow the white man to steal all this stuff from them? A Neanderthal.
Who said we couldn't beat you?
Then why didn't you?
Who said we didn't beat you?
Give us the history, brother. You seem to know everything. Let's hear it.
I already brought down one war, the Gullah Wars. We fought ourselves out of slavery. The word Seminole mean fugitive. All of the fugitives and a lot of the people in Florida got there because they crushed their way out of the South and went to Florida.
No. See, what actually happened, hold on. What actually happened was the elite decided they wanted to start pushing capitalism. And because they wanted shooting capitalism, they freed all the slaves because you cannot have a capitalist economy.
You're saying that
I'm not part of the United States government. Talk to Joe Biden. Talk to Barack Obama. Talk to Nancy Pelosi. I have nothing to do with that.
You're a Caucasian. You got to talk to them.
Oh, my white privilege? My white privilege, right?
White privilege.
I see. So because I'm white, I can talk to Joe Biden, right? Yeah, it's your people who voted for him. My people voted for Trump. Your people voted for Joe Biden. Your women, 90% of black women voted for Joe Biden. It's your people who put that fucking pedophile in office, not mine.
Exactly.
Your people.
This is great.
Exactly, and guess what I've been doing? I've been telling them that they're wrong the entire time.
Obviously, you haven't been doing a good enough job, have you? Obviously, the influence is soft because you haven't done anything.
It's your people who did wrongs on your side, and it's your job as a white man to tell them. So
let me tell you something. My job is to spread numerology and astrology around the world. My job is to push this stuff down people's throats. And by the way, I don't care if you're black, white, Indian, Caucasian. I don't give a fuck. Obviously, you do.
But when it comes to political affairs, people
Zionists run.
The CCP does. I'm not.
I see. Are you a CCP asset?
No.
Are they the ones funding you since everyone canceled US?
No,
is that who's giving you money? Are you a CCP asset?
I would like for Xi Jinping to return to Buddha. I would like to talk to Xi Jinping about the incorrect ideologies of communism and how they come from the Jewish community and how maybe as an
and so does capitalism. Capitalism comes from the Jewish community too.
Exactly.
Don't.
This conversation is spicy.
Don't just say communism, capitalism too. And capitalism has spread more wealth anywhere in the world in the past 80 years. Do you know there's hold on, aren't you a millionaire? Yes or no? Wait, are you a millionaire? Yes or no?
I'm actually about to be a trillionaire.
A trillionaire?
Yeah, I'm actually about to be a trillionaire. I have 7 apps.
Dude, you cap more than the fucking Andrew Tate.
I actually do. So the
brother, I don't even think you have more than me, brother. I don't even think you have more money than me.
You have 7 apps.
I don't need 7 apps, brother. I got a fucking bank account full of cash.
Okay, well, I'm on my way to being a trillionaire, and all I want.
You're gonna be a trillionaire. What year are you gonna be a trillionaire, sir?
I'm gonna tell you right now.
What year are you gonna be a trillionaire?
Be quiet long enough, sir. For me.
I'm listening.
Okay, so this is all I want to say. As long as you feel as a Caucasian and all Caucasians on the planet feel that y'all are smart enough to survive without me and I never asked me for $1, that is all I ask. But to argue with y'all about history is not something that I care to do. I just want everybody to know that I'm publishing my work. My work will be sold in the forms of books, and my books will be purchased and distributed out to the world and any homosexuality all the time.
Interesting how you defend it all the time. And once they say white people, chakra system, brother, pull up the chakra system.
Would you like me to show? Okay,
chakras.
I'll put it up after.
Can you put up chakras? And then you put up the out every week.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't call you. Leaves them. You could raise your whole right. You can't raise smart. You would have one wife and you build a family.
Exactly. Like I said, they love calling us monkeys, but they the only ones.
Okay, I didn't call anyone a monkey, and brother, all you play is bullshit. Okay, listen, do not listen to anything this fool says. Okay, go get your bag, go get some money, go get your bag, and go do things in life. This man makes up fairy tales and he believes them. You're drinking your own Kool-Aid, brother. You're drinking your own Kool-Aid. If you were so smart, you wouldn't have 2 baby mamas.
What you mean? What do you mean having two?
If you were so smart, you would have one wife and you build a family. But you're not that bright, brother. You got 2 baby mamas. You want to go out here teach people how to do this, how to do that. You don't even know how to run a family right, brother.
I was #1 on the App Store for education. How much more smart?
Who gives a fuck? You can't. You have baby mamas. You can't even raise your whole right. You can't raise your family right.
How I can't raise my family right? I'm a self-made.
Do you have a wife or do you have a baby mama?
I'm a self-made millionaire.
So am I. Big deal. 22 million Americans are millionaires. It doesn't matter.
With 7
and by the way, you're a black man who's a billionaire. A black man. Okay? Don't give me that white privilege crap. You're a black man.
I'm more successful than you. I'm the one that
okay, sure.
I'm the one that caught Hillary Clinton human trafficking them damn kids.
Oh, did you get invited to the White House?
I'm the #1.
Did you get invited to the White House? Obviously, they didn't think of you enough to invite you to the White House. I went to the White House, dog.
Yeah, and you seen them in there raping them kids.
Nah, I didn't go to those rooms, brother. That might be a special one for you. I don't know anything about that.
You saying those rooms? That's because you know they doing it. So
I'm sure the Biden administration is raping kids. I have nothing to do with that. I was invited to the Trump administration, not the Biden administration.
You've been living in this country, and you know that the white administration been raping kids and been being involved.
But those are pedophiles. Those are pedophiles.
How long have you known that they've been doing that?
How long?
Yeah,
since before you were born.
Why y'all ain't stop it?
What exactly am I supposed to do, sir? Give me the game plan. Where are we going to get, how many AR-15s? Where are we going to get the Bradley tanks? Where are we going to get our army? Talk to me, brother, because I'm just a Neanderthal. You tell me. I'm just a Neanderthal. You tell me, where are we getting our Air Force? Where are we getting our bombs? Where are we getting this stuff?
Well, now this is my point. If y'all don't got the power to stop it, why?
Exactly, because this isn't white privilege, brother.
Why do we need?
You lie. You said this is white privilege. You lie.
Why
this has nothing to do? I have no power.
I didn't work than any military general in the United States of America.
This happened yesterday. This was last night. I was watching it last night, and we're gonna stop right there. I don't think there's any more. Hold on, let me see.
They're all Zionists. I don't know what to tell you. Gotcha. The Japanese who got beat by the Neanderthals?
No.
Yeah, I got you.
They didn't get beat by the Neanderthals.
No, they didn't. You're right.
They were lied to. They were victims of the war.
They were lied to.
The United States government committed treason. And they won, but then they went to Japan. American men.
You're so full of crap. The Japanese attacked too. You're not 1844.
America won World War II.
They did win. You know how America won World War II?
Why are the Germans working in the
This
government?
is how you know America won World War II. Because this is the world reserve currency.
Jeremy said, I feel dumber now. That's GG33 versus Young Pharaoh. Y'all can go watch that on your own time. We got some more shit to play here, man. Welcome to the Grift Report. Yee. As they were saying, Cali. Let's go in the Grift bag. Let's get this show started if we haven't gotten it started yet. Oh, man. Yeah, I know what it is. Hotep Con ticket holders. AK Kamara copped his ticket yesterday. AK Kamara's coming to Hotep Con. I sent out the email to him today so he can get involved in this giveaway. Make sure y'all hit that link in the description box below for the off-road experience, sponsored by Syscoin. They got that new Rolex out. Super DAP coming. Wait till that Super DAP come. Woo! Power. Whole lot of power. Big things are going in the Super DAP round. Super DAP. So make sure I get some Syscoin. Also, I may ask some trivia questions here on the channel. If you answer them correctly, I'll send you some Syscoin. Simple. You got to get the Pali wallet, though. You got to get the Pali wallet. I'll bring that up on the screen so you know what it looked like. There you go. Pali wallet. Go get you the Pali wallet. Download that on your phone. This is a great introduction into crypto. This is one of the best ways for you to get into crypto. Get you the Pali wallet so you can hold various different coins. You'll get your keys. You get your seed phrase and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you download the Pali wallet to make sure you are eligible to receive Syscoin during one of our trivia giveaways. All right, let's go back. Let's really turn this show up a bit. White boy wore braids today. Well, not today. Apparently, people were upset because this little white boy went to go see his favorite football player. It says right here, a prominent Michigan-based journalist and sports host has reached out to the Bears over concerns of a video that carries racist undertones, quote unquote. White parents need to educate their children on what is exclusively black culture. And you see here, you see a little white boy with braids. And that's a huge reach. This is a huge reach. And the first thing that comes to mind is when you go on an island vacation. You go on an island vacation. In fact, I saw that Universal Studios and Disney World, the Africans is posted up and braiding hair. Little white girls, white women, whoever. You step up, you pay them, you get your hair braided right there at Universal Studios. You don't even have to go all the way to Jamaica for that. But I know in Jamaica, for a fact, the white women line up to get their hair braided, and the Jamaicans ain't got no problem taking their money for it. Black folks ain't got no problem braiding white people hair. They need that money, and the white folks got it. Some hair gonna get braided. Now you got a kid here who has braided his hair and to look like his favorite athlete or one of his favorite athletes, however you want to do it. And the athlete seemed like he didn't have no problem. As you can see here, he's posing for the picture. But white liberals, being the virtue signalers that they are, had to find something wrong with this. I don't see nothing wrong with it. If you want to braid your child's hair and make them look stupid, that's on you.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
That's on you. You know what I'm saying? But we're not offended by this. We're not offended by this. You know, you're going to need the most leftist of black people to come out. Somebody said he mixed. Come on, man. Oh, man. Shout out to my Rumble chat. Shout out to my YouTube chat. So, yeah, we're not concerned with this. This is not racist. Let a little man live. And, of course, you know, it was people in the chat talking about, oh, black folks wearing blonde hair. Then they pulled up the little blonde hair kids out there in Australia somewhere. Because, you know, you got black people with blonde hair naturally and that whole story. But anyway, let's take a look at this. Queer Theory, Pedophilia, Jeopardy with Professor Derek Jensen. If you haven't seen it, it's must watch. Believe me. Let's see what he says here.
Oh, wait. That's a beautiful line. Thank you so much for asking. How about something relevant? I've been talking about rape culture all day, and pedophilia and the support of pedophilia is not rape culture. Actually, it seems you're acting like this is a spurious connection. So we're going to play Jeopardy. We're going to play Queer Theory. We're going to play Queer Theory, Pedophilia, Jeopardy. Okay, answer. Commonly called the godfather of queer theory.
Who is Foucault?
Who is Foucault?
I got it.
Okay, 100 points. Foucault. Another way to ask this is, who argued? No, I guess the answer would be argued for the eradication of age of consent laws as in down to infants.
Who is Foucault?
Thank you.
Okay, next one. The author of the founding document of queer theory. Who is Gail Rubin? What percentage? No, the answer is 50%. Question is?
The amount in that article that was a defense of pedophilia, specifically, quote, boy lovers, so men who fuck boys.
Oh. And since you're not believing me, quote, this is in the founding document of queer theory. Like communists and homosexuals in the 1950s, boy lovers are so stigmatized that it is difficult to find defenders of their civil liberties, let alone for their erotic orientation. That's in the founding document of queer theory.
That's in the founding document of queer theory. Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm using facts. A thousand apologies. One must never let facts in the way. Oh, and she also compared, by the way, she compared pedophilia to a preference for spicy food. The thing is, I have never heard of anyone who has to have years of therapy because they ate hot and sour soup. Okay, so up to 200. Now it is pedophilia and queer theory for 300. That would be author of Macho Sluts. Author of Macho Sluts and Public Sex. Pat Califia. Wait. What was it somebody said? Stay relevant. Okay, let's talk about Pat Califia.
Because I can't respond. Fucking transphobe.
Okay, here's something from one of Pat Califia's books. You know, it's really interesting. It's really interesting that when I actually start talking about the relationship between queer theory and anarchism and pedophilia, that it becomes, they really want to shut me up now. Okay, so here's Pat Califia. Pat Califia. Oh, wait, just a second. I was accused of homophobia because I am against pedophilia. Who is it who actually makes the connections between that?
Ooh. You said, who is it that actually makes the connections between the two? He's exposing pedophilia and they call him a homophobia. So who's really making that connection? Uh-oh.
Okay, here's something by Pat Califia. Pat Califia has written, any child old enough to decide whether or not she or he wants to eat spinach, play with trucks, or wear shoes is old enough to decide whether or not she wants to run around naked in the sun, masturbate, sit in someone's lap, or engage in sexual activity, by which she does not mean play doctor, she means with adults. And she's very clear about that because she also says that pedophiles should be more and not less invested in children's lives. Okay, so we're at 300. 400 is the most famous queer theorist of today. Answer. No, it is not Judith Butler. It's who is Judith Butler? Okay, Judith Butler is the most famous queer theorist of the day.
We see you, all of you supporters here, who do not care about trans people's lives. Every person here supported this that you don't.
Okay. Here's a great quote from Judith Butler.
That's not an argument, that's a bumper
I don't know when this was recorded. I'm gonna look it up though. We're gonna try and see if we can find it.
Okay. So Judith Butler wrote, so I keep adding this qualification. When incest is a violation, suggesting I think there may be occasions in which it's not. Why would I talk that way? Well, I do think that there are probably forms of incest that are not necessarily traumatic, and which gain their traumatic character by virtue of the consciousness of social stain that they produce. Yeah, that's Judith Butler. That's one of the queer heroes. Okay, now we have For 500, we have the last one in the queer theory and pedophilia. The answer is queer theorist who has spoken out strongly against pedophilia.
Zero. Who is no one.
Who is no one, not a single one. Because the entire thing is based on transgressing. Yeah, I know, dear fucking God.
So the guy's name is Derek Jensen. Looks like he's got quite a few pieces of work here. Discussing why lumping him because he was an anarchist author who was excommunicated for daring to call out this issue. Had him on my show a few times. Awesome guy. Is this the link here? Is this the link to the full video? This might be the link to the full video, maybe.
Oh, and she also compared, by the way.
It says here, this was recorded.
But the problem with Diogenes, or one of the problems with Diogenes, was that the oracle at Delphi had told him that his job in life was to deface cultural currency. And what that meant is that he was supposed to violate social norms.
I just saw it there. It said 2018 something.
But the problem with Diogenes, or one of the problems with Diogenes,
Oregon,
was that the oracle at Delphi had told him that his job in life was to deface cultural currency. And what that meant is that he was supposed to...
Yeah, this is part 1. Okay, here it is.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this...
Okay, here it is. This is the full link right here. It's a full link to this conversation. I could have sworn I saw on the thing. It said 2018 in Oregon or something like that. This conversation happened. But more is on DerekJensen.org, DerrickJensen, for all of my Spotify listeners. So yeah. Now coming back, what did I discuss yesterday when I spoke to you yesterday? We started talking about critical race theory, and we saw that critical race theory, a key component is intersectionality, and part of intersectionality is gender theory, and part of the intersectionality is also queer theory, and we noticed that queer theory is also tied to pedophilia. So critical race theory, again, is also a Trojan horse for pedophilia. This is what it is. This is what it is. And I had this gentleman respond to my promo tweet for today's show where I said, Tucker chills with Ice Cube. And he says, you always talk about people only being interested in low IQ drama, yet here you are. The most historic UFO hearing just occurred, and you are so ignorant, you make it out to be a conspiracy. Adam responds, Adam Rezick says, funny how they always make a splash and get everyone excited, but then never amount to anything in the end. It's either all fake or it's real, but we'll never know the truth. Personally, my money's on something like the end of Watchmen, 1987. This person asked, what was historic about it? He said, first time someone from the government congressional setting admitted to there being non-human alien spacecrafts, and that he all but admitted people have been killed to keep the secret. He said, why didn't they show proof? And did he respond to that? If you can't answer that yourself, I'm afraid you don't have the brain power for this topic. This only coming out because they wanted to. Most of us have known this to be true for decades. Today, the government allowed it to be confirmed. So let's go to the clip of that hearing. Let's pull that up, and let's see what they're saying about extraterrestrials in Congress.
Ranking members and congressmen, thank you. I'm happy to be here. This is an important issue, and I'm grateful for your time. My name is David Charles Grush. I was an intelligence officer for 14 years, both in the U.S. Air Force, both active duty, Air National Guard, and Reserve, at the rank of major, and most recently from 2021 to 2023, at the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, NGA, at the GS-15 civilian level, which is the military equivalent of a full bird colonel. I was my agency's co-lead in unidentified anomalous phenomena and transmedium object analysis, as well as reporting to the UAP task force, UAPTF, and eventually, once it was established, the All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, AARO. I became a whistleblower through a PPD 19 urgent concern filing in May 2022 with the Intelligence Community Inspector General. Following concerning reports from multiple esteemed and credentialed current and former military and intelligence community individuals that the U.S. government is operating with secrecy above congressional oversight with regards to UAPs. My testimony is based on information I've been given by individuals with a long-standing track record of legitimacy and service to this country, many of whom also have shared compelling evidence in the form of photography, official documentation, and classified oral testimony to myself and my various colleagues. I have taken every step I can to corroborate this evidence over a period of 4 years while I was with the UAP Task Force and do my due diligence on the individual sharing it. This is because of these steps, I believe strongly in the importance of bringing this information before you. I am driven by a commitment of both to truth and transparency, rooted in our inherent duty to uphold the United States Constitution and protect the American people. I'm asking Congress to hold our government to this standard and thoroughly investigate these claims. But as I stand here under oath now, I am speaking to the facts as I've been told them. In the U.S. Air Force, in my National Reconnaissance Office, NRO, reservist capacity, I was a member of the UAP Task Force from 2019 to 2021. I served at the NRO Operations Center on the Director's Briefing staff, which included the coordination of the Presidential Daily Brief and supporting a variety of contingency operations, which I was the Reserve Intelligence Division Chief backup. In 2019, the UAP Task Force Director asked me to identify all special access programs and controlled access programs, also known as SAPs and CAPs, we needed to satisfy our congressionally mandated mission, and we were direct report at the time to the DepSecDef. At the time, due to my extensive executive level intelligence support duties, I was cleared to literally all relevant compartments and in a position of extreme trust, both in my military and civilian capacities. I was informed in the course of my official duties of a multi-decade UAP crash retrieval and reverse engineering program, to which I was denied access to those additional read-ons when I requested it. I made the decision, based on the data I collected, to report this information to my superiors and multiple inspectors general, and in effect becoming a whistleblower. As you know, I've suffered retaliation for my decision, but I am hopeful that my actions will ultimately lead to a positive outcome of increased transparency. Thank you, and I'm happy to answer your questions.
So UAP stands for Unidentified Anomalous Phenomenon, UAP, or AKA UFOs. And what did we learn from that? What have we learned about UFOs from this hearing so far? Let's see here.
I can't discuss in public setting.
Terrestrials, intelligent extraterrestrials.
Something I can't discuss in public setting.
Okay, I can't ask when you think this occurred. If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries, yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
And was this documentary evidence, this video, photos, eyewitness? Like, how would that be determined?
The specific documentation I would have to talk to you in a skiff about.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, so, and you may or may not be able to answer my last question, and maybe we get into a skiff at the next hearing that we have, but who in the government, either what agency, sub-agency, what contractors, who should be called into the next hearing about UAPs, either in a public setting or even in a private setting? And you probably can't name names, but what agencies or organizations, contractors, et cetera, do we need to call in to get these questions answered, whether it's about funding, what programs are happening, and what's out there?
I can give you a specific cooperative and hostile witness list of specific individuals that were in those.
And how soon can we get that list?
I'm happy to provide that to you after the hearing.
Super. Thank you. And I yield back.
What did we learn? What have we learned? The guy told me this is big brain, this is historical, that there are non-human people in the aircrafts. I mean, what is that? What does that even mean? I mean, then we put a monkey in a spacecraft. That's non-human, right? So my question to you is, and the people listening to the replay, I'd like you to comment or share on the chat. Is the Hunter Biden hearing a distraction from the UFO hearings, or are the UFO hearings a distraction from the Hunter Biden hearing? Which one? Which one? Let's go to the Hunter news. So at first the deal fell apart. Now the deal's back on track. Let's take a look.
On track. After I was just out here, the Biden's team had asked for 10 minutes to speak with the prosecution. They were doing that while the judge was off the bench. Then after a bit of period, they came back, the judge came on and she asked them where they are. So essentially Biden's team is agreeing to the plea deal, but a much more limited in scope deal. Part of the issue here was that the judge didn't understand exactly what this plea agreement was covering because it seemed to be very all-encompassing. So she wanted them to really narrow down what it was that was covered under this plea agreement. And so the prosecutor...
Wait a second. We went through this whole trial and the judge doesn't know what's included in the plea deal? The prosecution and the defense don't know what's in the plea deal? There's some obfuscation going on over there?
Had said that this plea agreement would cover any charges that were tax charges from 2014 to 2019, any drug use charges, because Biden has admitted that he used illegal drugs, and the specific firearm possession charge that is included in this deal. So Biden's lawyers got up and said that, yes, they will agree to the prosecution's understanding of the scope of this agreement. And then the judge started to proceed with the usual questioning of Hunter Biden if he was willingly going to enter into this plea agreement, were any additional promises made. So things are back on track, and Biden is in the process of beginning his plea to the tax and misdemeanor charges and then the firearm offense. But it appeared it was on the brink of collapse over what the potential scope here and what other charges existed, because the prosecutor said that this investigation was still ongoing. And when asked by the judge if it would cover potentially other charges, he said yes. So that was the friction point. But after this break, they seem to be back on the same page. And Biden is going, unless something has happened in the time I've been out here, he's moving forward to pleading guilty to the charges as we expected today. And it was just this issue of what the scope of this included. And it appears that the prosecution is saying very much that their investigation is ongoing, and that what Hunter Biden is pleading to and what this plea agreement covers are just tax charges, these tax misdemeanor charges, gun possession charges, and drug use charges, Dana.
Just. That sounds like all the charges to me. Hold on. Wait a second.
Where from the Hunter Biden...
As I went back into the courtroom, the hearing had just begun again. The judge was back on the bench, and she was pressing the prosecution on this investigation and the four corners of this plea agreement. One of the prosecutors...
So the judge is pressing the prosecution on how they're conducting this plea deal. What? Where they do that at?
Said that the investigation was very much ongoing, and that she asked him, well, what is not covered in this plea agreement if you were leaving the possibility for there being other future charges? So then the judge said, would this include a possible FARA charge that's not registering as a foreign agent? The prosecutor said no, the deal would not include that. It was at that point that she had said to the prosecution, if you can charge that, then what does this mean? And the prosecutors She asked Hunter Biden's attorneys about that, and he said, well, then there's no deal. And the prosecutor said, then there is no deal. So Biden's team said that the plea agreement, as far as they understood it, was now null and void. They were moving ahead to talk about what the next steps would be in this case. So as of right now, the deal appears to be dead and off the table, and it remains to be seen how they're going to move forward. But he has been charged with those 2 misdemeanor tax evasion charges. But one thing we learned is that this investigation is very much still ongoing.
Listen. This sounds real spooky to me. This shit sounds spooky to me. So they coupled the tax stuff, the drug stuff, and the gun stuff, and he's gonna plea them all down, all in one plea. Is that white privilege?
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Or is that Democrat privilege? Let's talk about DeSantis, then we're going to take a look at Ice Cube and Tucker. Hold on a second. Let's start here. So this is, says, is she the definition of tokenism? Hold on. Is she the definition of tokenism? She, Kim Daniels, is a person appointed by DeSantis who created the slavery was an excellent training program, K through 12 curriculum in Florida. This is how they are indoctrinating our children, indoctrinate our youth with narratives contrary to the 1619 Project or CRT. Let's listen to this
Holocaust, but the Jews own everything.
You hear this?
And you can talk about the Holocaust, but the Jews own everything. I thank God for slavery. I thank God for the crack house. If it wasn't for the crack house, come on somebody, God wouldn't have never been able to use me how he can use me now. And if it wasn't for slavery, I might be somewhere in Africa worshiping a tree. And you can...
First of all, this lady needs some side quests to talk about the good Jewish people. Alhamdulillah. That's first and foremost. Second of all, worshiping a tree? I might be in somewhere in Africa worshiping a tree. This is who they got covering education down in Florida? This is the one that said they want to teach about slavery? Cannot trust these Seans. Cannot trust these NASAs. We got more DeSantis stuff in here. DeSantis. So Nick Floor says, screenshot it for the historical record. This is embarrassing for Ron DeSantis. It was posted over 20 hours ago and has less than 500 likes. It is also an example of the incompetence of his campaign team. They should have never let him post this from his personal account. No, this is not the candidate that will beat Biden. And if you look here, let me show it bigger on the screen. If you look at this piece of creative, I call this creative in the marketing world. It says, who will vote Ron DeSantis for president? And then it has here, add your name. All right. I don't know what campaign this was. But I'm pretty sure this shouldn't say add your name. I think that was probably a misstep. Maybe this is some stock footage. Is that what they're trying to say? This is some stock footage? But it gets worse. Cernovich says, oh my God, everyone please read this. The corporate speak alone shows why this campaign is a disaster. Push the gas on what works, pump the brakes on what doesn't. My goodness. And this will give you good insight on how some of these campaigns are working. So we're going to bring this up on the screen. You guys see it very well. And it says here, messaging guidance. So basically they push this out to the people that are going to be working on this campaign, whether they're volunteers or paid. And right here at the bottom here, it says, what will be different? He says, we will press the gas on what works and pump the brakes on what doesn't. Now, the first problem is here, the grammar. the grammar. This says break, B-R-E-A-K-S. It should be B-R-A-K-E-S. So there's a bit of a misspelling there. Can you continue to make constant improvements as we move along? So that's what they do. They put something out there, see how the Republic responds, and whether or not it's the right thing to do or not, they don't really care. It's just about what the public says because they're trying to win a race here. So we will cut down on event and travel costs, utilize campaign staff cuts to reinvest in what will win this primary and general election. Ron DeSantis in his message. We will embrace being the underdog and use the media's ongoing narrative about the campaign to fuel momentum on the ground with voters. They learned that from Trump, if not someone else, but Trump was probably the best example. So the four things they focus on here is economy, border, and China. Let's see what they say about economy. It says people across this country are hurting because of rampant inflation, irresponsible government spending, and an economy that prioritizes corporations and elites over people just trying to make ends meet. Ron DeSantis will stop runaway spending, reduce the national debt, and curb inflation to ensure the American dream is back within everyone's reach. It's funny, at one point, I believe he was fighting against the CBDC. We see no mention of that under economy. I wonder why that is. But real quick, let's take a look at inflation because the Fed has just issued new guidance. Where is it? Here we go. So Zero Hedge reports Fed raises benchmark rate another 25 bips from 5.25 to 5.5 target range. So again, the Fed is increasing interest rates. So I don't exactly know what Ron DeSantis is going to do about inflation when the Federal Reserve runs that. Border. Not enough has been done to solve the crisis on our southern border. Now, I have inside information from the border that says that, well, let me not misquote, and I don't want to bring up our source on the screen here. So let me read you exactly what he wrote me, because I have someone who works at the border that gave me some insider information. Hold on, here it is. Okay. He says here, last year, we broke historical records by processing 5,000 to 9,000 people a day. We are up 18% on those numbers. So the Biden administration or the border people under the Biden administration are ramping up the processing of illegals. So, saying Ron DeSantis to do something is kind of like just making people feel good. It's some feel good talk because these things are already happening and already underway. So again, it's just feel good stuff, talking points for the base. You know how that stuff works. China. America will not survive on the world stage if it continues to depend on China. Ron DeSantis will prevent China from spying on our citizens and stealing our technology, and he will revitalize domestic energy production so that America can provide for itself. Basically, Trump, what Trump said, right? Culture, woke ideology. Now, this is just very unprofessional here, using the term woke ideology. Very, very unprofessional. And this is the part that really troubles me because woke is not the correct term to use here. You'd probably be better off saying Marxist ideology if you want to be really specific. So that's what we should have used. Unfortunately, what happens is the base has been dumbed down so much and propagandized that they run around using this term woke to define the left, which is quite obscure compared to the specificity of using the term Marxism. It says woke ideology has infiltrated our schools and our military, and we need a leader who is unafraid to restore our nation's sanity. Ron DeSantis will protect children from being sexualized in the classroom, and he will shift our military's priorities back to the mission he fought for when he served. So yeah, they always want to play up the fact that a politician has served in the past. Obviously, the base loves to hear that stuff. You were a veteran, blah, blah, blah. You served your country, and all that stuff makes you feel warm and, mushy on the inside. Obviously, it's a situation where the base, I hate using the term low IQ. I'd rather say small brain. It's so small brain that we can't even allow them to use the term Marxist. And I think because sometimes you'll find Republicans especially rhinos, participate in Marxism themselves. Okay, so that's enough on DeSantis and his pitfalls. Let's dive into this Tucker situation, and then we're going to go to the phone lines. If you want to get on the phone lines, do it right now. Call 202, text 202-596-5631. It's free. You're not going to be charged or anything like that. You're not going to be applied to any lists, at least not yet. But you will be asked to opt in if we ever do some SMS marketing. But yeah, text that number 202-596-5631 to get in the line for phone calls today.
As part of our ongoing, never-ending quest to find the few people in this country who are still willing to say what they actually think out loud, we wound up in Los Angeles recently with the rapper Ice Cube driving through his old neighborhood. Didn't expect that to happen. Here's how it went.
Dr. Dre came by this house. I'm gonna show you. We're gonna ride by. He used to live down the street from me. His cousin moved on our block when I was 12. He was 11, and his name is Sir Jinx. He became one of my producers when I went solo. Sir Jinx. He moved on the block, and then Dr. Dre was his cousin. So Dre came by a couple of times. It was cool, you know, to be able to see somebody who was actually making records. Yeah. And we were still amateurs. Okay, not at this street, but the next one, make a left.
You want to get out there, or you want?
And we're not getting out because I don't want my pops to be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" All these people coming by my house. You didn't tell me.
Oh, your dad still lives there?
Yeah.
Somebody asked, is Ice Cube Hotep? I think he's at least Hotep adjacent.
Yeah, my pop still lives here.
How long has your family been there?
Man, since 1962.
These boys, they all grew up on this block, okay? That's my son. That's my son.
Famously, it's one of the tougher neighborhoods in the city.
That's from the movie, I think.
So where are we?
Right now we're on Manchester. This right here, that's a cemetery where a lot of people in this area live.
Shout out to one of our producers on the super chat. Appreciate you, bro. Jason Rose says, Grift Report is just in time. Hunter Plea tweaks out, and Moscow Mitch goes Mitch Fetterman. Oh, man, I got to check that out. We're going to pull that up.
Laid to rest right there.
Anyone you know?
Yeah, a lot of people I know. A lot of friends, you know, a few family members.
Out of all the kids I grew up with, at least 13 of them are dead. And that's before they even reached 21. You know, I just turned 21, so, you know, I thank God that I've even reached 21.
Just the block I grew up on, right here. Yeah,
does this look the same?
It pretty much looked the same. You know, but it used to be like more trees. Like every house had a tree in front of it, and at some point the city started cutting the trees out. They said that the helicopters couldn't see people, so they started.
What, the police helicopters?
Yeah, so they started cutting the trees out.
3 decades and billions of dollars later, it's still a tough place.
How do you think politicians in Los Angeles have done running the city?
It's pretty much the same people running it the same way. Politicians only really pay attention to the people that give them money. Everybody else is kind of an extra in their movie. We would love you in the scene, but we could do the scene without you. You know?
Yeah, I do. Do you ever give money to politicians?
No.
Why?
I don't believe in politicians. Politicians have hidden agendas. They owe a lot of people a lot of favors. The more money you give them, the more you're listened to.
So you've never fallen for a politician?
I can't say that. You know, I've had hope and, you know, dreams that, you know, this guy is going to be the guy.
What did you think of Obama when he got elected?
You know, for the first time, I felt proud that America took that step.
Yep.
I didn't think they would ever do that. And so that was a moment in time. But then, you know, you look around, years go by, and, you know, not much changed. for people I know, people I care about.
We've had 6 major race riots on the president's watch. Race relations.
This is interesting here that they included this because BLM and those race riots or whatever they were called, or whatever they're calling them, that started under Obama. Yeah, because Obama was president before Trump was, obviously. But all that shit started under Obama, which is ironic. Now, somebody criticized Cube and said, oh my God, he let Tucker set him up with these Obama questions and these Black Lives Matter questions. And I think I personally think they're pertinent based upon the fact that Ice Cube is black. What does a black guy think about this shit? It's very important. We need voices like that to speak about black issues because everything's one-sided under the Don Lemons of the world.
Have plummeted to lows not seen since the Rodney King.
In Chicago, a toddler is now the latest victim of the city's deadly surge in gun violence.
But it didn't change with Bush, it didn't change with Clinton, it didn't change with other Bush or Reagan or Carter. It's so, at the end of the day, it's still the same results.
So you're describing a symbolic victory?
Yes, in a lot of ways, yes.
And then came George Floyd and the beginning of what we were told was a second civil rights movement. If there was going to be liberation in the wake of the Floyd riots, this is where you'd see the effects.
3 years ago, a bunch of big companies put hundreds of millions of dollars into Black Lives Matter. Threw them a lot of money. Did that improve the neighborhood you grew up in?
Whenever you do that, most of the time it's a lot of people siphoning that money off the top.
Yeah.
And the kicker is a lot of people say they're gonna give the money, but they don't even give the money.
They make the pledge and never write the check?
Yeah, they just get the article wrote. Everybody think they're great, and they never even give the money.
Big three.
Hey, you know who told everyone BLM was a ruse? Not to be trusted? You know who told everyone? Hotep's been told you.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Before anybody. When Candy was a Democrat, Hotep Jesus was exposing BLM. Let's believe that. Best believe that. That's facts.
These days, Ice Cube is in the sports business. He and a partner started a new professional basketball league called Big Three. Strangely, this is one form of black empowerment that the NBA doesn't seem to like.
It does seem like the Big Three, I'm not pitching your business, but it does seem like you...
Can we take a moment to analyze Tucker? Can we take a moment? Because only certain subjects really inspire me to speak, and business is one of them, and I love the way he's running his business. Well, let's look at the episode length. Most of his episodes, outside of a few, maybe one or two, have been about 12 minutes long. So for all my content creators out there, take note. I've even thought about paying somebody to edit an accelerated version of the Grift Report. Take the Grift Report and reduce it to 10 minutes. Take the highlights and reduce it to 10 minutes, and we'll have the Grift Report accelerated. That's what I was going to call it. Because it says something about the attention span and how much time people are willing to devote to watch some content. So he's even at the top level. Because if Tucker made these things, for example, let's look at the number here. What does that say? I'm going to put it on the screen so you can see it. It says right there, 8.2 million views. Right? 8.2 million views for a show that is completely independent and self-produced. What is that? Now we know that Tucker has the ability to conduct a long-form piece of content, but he knows something we don't know. But I think that 8.2 number would be more like 4.1 or even 7, that extra million does count. It's an extra million. It's extra million eyes. It's more than 10%. It's significant. It's significant, right? So he's maximizing the amount of people that view his content by making it 12 minutes. I mean, honestly, if this was Tucker and it was a 45-minute long video, would we cover it on the Grift Report? Probably not. I would need some clips. Why? Because people just don't have the attention span for that. So why we spend a certain amount of time we do on certain subjects, and certain subjects require a little bit more of a deep dive. Like when we went into CRT yesterday and showed you how that was tied to gender theory.
The idea behind it would be considered.
I like this production. This production is wonderful because it comes off as like a short documentary. It's like a 12-minute documentary with the, superb editing, superb professional editing, video editing, the additional scenes, like even this, right? Even this basketball hoop with the torn net here, right? And the double rims. Everybody that's played basketball, you know about them double rims. Everybody complains, oh, the double rims are double rims. I don't know. I was the type of person that the double rims did have a little jolt to them. It had a little bit of jolt to them. But the single rim actually, and look at how Tucker, his team has connected to black people just through this rim. It's a double rim right there. You can see the attachment there for the bottom rim, and the ball would bounce out a little bit more with the double rims as opposed to the single rims. The single rims, you'd get the roll more often than not. That double rim, for some reason, you didn't get the roll more often than not. However, I preferred the double rims. For me, my eyes were able to focus. In hindsight, that's how I'm looking at it now. I believe that the double rims were more apparent. So it allowed me to aim better, right? So I made more buckets, maybe, on a double rim. I don't know the statistics, right? But I enjoyed the double rim. Also, if you're going to be grabbing the rim, it just felt a little bit more durable. The single rims would break all the time. The double rim seemed a lot more sturdier. So if you saw a double rim at a basketball court, you pretty much knew it was there to stay. The single rims, they would bend for some reason. I don't know what was up with the single rims. The double rims were but anyway, point being, Tucker's team has tapped into the black community. Somebody knows what they're doing.
Consistent with what the NBA says they're about.
Without a doubt, the NBA.
I don't think you could be a full black man and not play basketball.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
It's full of great slogans, and they write.
We got the Hotep Nation basketball team too. We're gonna put it together. We're gonna put together the Grifters basketball tournament 3v3 next summer. What y'all think about that? And sponsored by Big 3.
Hotep, you're a genius. Hotep, you're a genius. Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
What do y'all think about that? I've had that idea for a while now. I just put it out there in the ether. If y'all see somebody steal it, then you know where it came from. I'm not upset. I want to see it happen. And just because somebody else doesn't mean I can't do it. Right? You said you rusty? I know I'm rusty. Last time I shot a basketball has been a while. I was in the basketball court indoors, but I was shooting soccer balls, and those just don't have the weight and size. So, but I was way off. I couldn't even shoot the soccer ball.
Black Lives Matter on the court, and they do all those things, but pretty full of shit when the rubber meets the road,
Maybe that's why they put the slogans on the court, so they won't have to do anything. Just a thought, I don't know.
I mean, it's as easy as saying we're gonna donate $100 million to. It's like an easy thing to do. All they gotta do is call up the graphics guy and approve the comp.
So you're starting to make me think this could be a scam. I'm just throwing that out there.
I'm just saying it's easy for them to put that on the court. It takes a little more effort to really care to work with a league like the Big Three. You know, you really got to want to make a difference.
The NBA is run by a cringing neoliberal called Adam Silver. Quote, "We're completely committed to standing for social justice and racial equality," Silver once announced. "It's part of the DNA of this league." And yet, according to Ice Cube, Adam Silver has done his best to strangle the black-owned Big Three in its crib.
When people think basketball, they think Silver, don't you think? Adam Silver, he kind of embodies the spirit of basketball.
Yeah.
Yo, did you hear the driver laughing? Or whoever else it was in the car, they started laughing too.
You know.
Look at Tucker. Look at Tucker smile. Tucker's like, yeah. So this is what the other person was talking about. It was like Tucker hit him with these leading questions, and he did hit him with some leading questions. You know, to make they'll say to make Cube look like a coon. How tall am I? I'm 5'10", 5'11" on a good day. You know, but Tucker, these leading questions, right? Doesn't Adam Silver just feel like basketball? Doesn't he define? What did he say?
Silver once announced. It's part of the DNA of this league. And yet, according to Ice Cube, Adam Silver has done his best to strangle the black-owned Big Three in its crib.
When people think basketball, they think Silver, don't you think? Adam Silver, he kind of embodies the spirit of basketball.
Embodies the spirit of basketball. Tucker's funny. I like Tucker. I see why you motherfuckers like Tucker. I see why. I like Tucker. CIA asset or not, he's funny.
Yeah, you know.
Was he what team did he?
Yo, what kind of answer was that, Cube?
In its crib.
When people think basketball, they think Silver, don't you think? Adam Silver, he kind of embodies the spirit of basketball.
Yeah, you know.
Was he what team did he play on during his career?
I think he played on the New York Lawyers.
He's starting forward on the New York Lawyers.
Yeah. You know, I mean, he rode the bench. Come on, man. Rode the pine. Water boy.
You can see why Ice Cube is considered one of the least obedient entertainers in L.A.
It's a trip. I used to walk these streets and
that's
look at all the stars
You
and
on the
stuff.
bus?
Yeah. That's what's a trip.
Should we
See
get
all
out and
these
say hi to
stars.
them?
No. Nah. Unless they're gonna give us a little money from the Hood Tour, Life Tours. You know what I mean? Break us off 20%, man.
The world's most dangerous group.
Yes.
So I noticed this about every year or two. I read some story about you, and the subtext is always the same, which is, you know, stay in your lane.
I wouldn't be here if I stayed in my lane. I just never wanted to have that life. You know, I never wanted to be controlled.
How many times have you been pulled aside by people who are trying to control you?
What they usually do is go talk to people that's in, you know, my circle, and try to get them to try to convince them that they need to convince me that I need to take a different position. So that's kind of how I get.
On what topics?
You know, it's been on, you know, the vaccine.
The Hollywood Reporter says actor Ice Cube is saying no to a $9 million payday because he won't say yes to the COVID vaccine. The actor and rapper was set to co-star in a new comedy, Oh Hell No, alongside Jack Black. But when producers requested all cast members get a COVID vaccine, Ice Cube backed out.
Why wouldn't you take the vax? You had a direct order to take it. You were told to take it.
Yeah, I'm not real good with direct orders, but on a whole nother note,
But it was a command. I mean, I'm sorry, they told you. I mean, they couldn't have been clearer about it.
Yeah, it was pretty clear. Did you take it?
Of course not.
Yeah, no. It wasn't ready, you know. It was 6 month, you know, kind of rush job. And I didn't feel safe.
But they told you you were safe.
I know what they said. I know what they...
But it was a command.
Alongside Jack Black. But when producers requested all cast members get a COVID vaccine, Ice Cube backed out.
Why wouldn't you take the vax? You had a direct order to take it. You were told to take it.
Yeah, I'm not real good with direct orders, but on a whole nother note,
but it was a command. I mean, I'm sorry, they told you. I mean, they couldn't have been clearer about it.
Yeah, it was pretty clear. Did you take it?
Of course not.
Yeah, no. It wasn't ready, you know. It was 6 month, you know, kind of rush job. And I didn't.
I ain't gonna hold you. I don't give a fuck if it was ready or not. I don't give a shit if it was ready or not. I still wasn't gonna take it. That shit could have been in development for 100 years. I'd have been like, no, thank you.
Didn't feel safe.
But they told you you were safe.
I know what they said. I know what they said, and I heard them. I heard them loud and clear.
Hotep.
But it's not their decision. There's no repercussions if they're wrong. But I get all the repercussions if they're wrong.
Was it a tough call for you?
No, it wasn't a tough call. You know, I wanted to be an example for my kids. You know, really make sure they didn't take it either. Show them that I wanted to stand on my convictions and that I was willing, you know, to lose $9 million and more, because we've probably lost more, you know, since then.
The idea is that people who stand on their convictions are heroes. They're brave. They have principles. You know, they're the people we look to for inspiration. But in this case, with this decision and these principles, you were not hailed as a hero.
No.
You were attacked.
So why won't you get the vaccine, man? Hey, look, man, I'd just rather be myself than take that vaccine like you other 3 billion bozos.
I never told anyone not to get vaccinated publicly. That was never my message to the world. I didn't even want people to know whether I got vaccinated or not. I was pretty upset that that even came out, because I was just gonna quietly, you know, just not take it and deal with the consequences as they came.
Do you know anyone who was injured by the vaccine?
I do, and they suffer every day, and it's hard to watch. Suffering in silence is not the answer all the time. You know, sometimes you gotta let people know what's going on so you can actually move the needle. Choose to be vocal. If it's true, why can't I say it?
Well, you can't say it because it is true.
There it is. Now that's the problem with the world today.
There's no penalty for lying. No one's ever punished for lying. It's only telling the truth that gets you in trouble.
Ain't that something?
That's true.
Yeah, that is so true.
Thinking something is not a crime. Saying it is not a crime. You know what I mean? So I just tell what's real. You know, if the truth hurts, say ouch.
If the truth hurts, say ouch. Hold up, I want to play something. Let me bring that to your screen. All right. Y'all should be able to see that now. Now watch this. Hold on, look at this.
Okay. I walked away from Power after the second episode because everybody on the show had to have their jab, and I wasn't with it. So that's what I'm saying. You have to stand your ground. Like, would Power have been a game changer for me? Yes. The money was good. It's a
well-known show that could have helped my career, but is my health less important than being on the show? No, my health is more important to me, and I had to make a choice. Either I was going to sacrifice myself with this third world order bullshit, or I just walk away, and I walk away.
So you heard from. Now here's my question: how many people got the fake vax card? How many people got the fake vax card? Because I know not everybody on power got the card. You know what I mean? Shit. And I'm talking about people in the high places. I'm talking about the people in them offices. I ain't even talking about the cash. We're not even going to get to the cash yet. Let's start at the top. Let's start at the top of the pyramid. I know some of the people got some motherfucking fake cards. Because every time I run into a motherfucker, all the people at the top be offering me fake cards. I be like, nah, I'm good. I ain't got no opportunities. I need that shit. I was offered plenty of cards. So I know some of these motherfuckers got some cards. Phone lines is open, 202-596-5631. Mods, do me a favor, throw the number in the chat. Hopefully y'all have texted. We're going to take calls. I see y'all text messages right here. Goldstein in here. Jonah in here. Taylor in here. We're going to get to the calls right now. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How I'm supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock? I have no clue. Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in.
How'd you get that done so quick? They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there. You understand?
You guys finished your work 6 hours early? He's not tapped in.
Goldstein on the line. Goldstein, what up, man?
What's happening?
What's good? What's good? What's good?
So we got old Ice Cube rolling with Tucker through South Central and shit, huh?
You said what?
We got Ice Cube rolling with Tucker through South Central and shit, huh? What's happening?
What, you ain't like that?
Nah, it was cool. Listen, one thing I could say about Tucker and his presentations is Tucker will always tell the truth. My whole beef with Tucker was always, why are you telling us the truth?
Yeah.
How are you going to frame the truth later to the advantage of the system, right?
Yeah.
Because I firmly believe Tucker is plugged into the system. So, but I mean, sitting there watching that shit yesterday, because I watched that whole thing yesterday, I was thinking to myself, like, remember back in the day when, like 80s, mid 80s, early 80s, rap, hip hop had got hella Hotep. You had X-Clan, you had some more shit out there. You had Public Enemy was fighting the power and some more shit, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, there was a shift in that music. All right, you couldn't have too many motherfucking niggas out there fighting the power and some more shit. So you had to remake the art in order to help remake the mindset of black folks.
Mm-hmm.
And as a result, you seen all kinds of shit happen as a result of that. So now, hip hop, rap ain't even the same now. It's Sukiana and all that other weird shit, right? That's what it is now. Well, if I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I'm wrong, at the very beginning of that remaking of the black mind through hip hop, wasn't Ice Cube at the motherfucking helm of that shit with NWA?
I knew you was gonna go there. We was trying to have a nice, you know what I mean, good note. Here he come. Koofy on tight. Goldstein is never gonna fail, y'all. You ain't never gonna catch motherfucker Goldstein without his Koofy on. I love it. I love it.
Hotep.
We at a point in black society yet again where blacks and black thinking and the black mind has to be remade as it pertains to how, the elites see us and how they see us fitting into their bigger scheme of things. And it goes right along with how they're rebranding conservatives, how they rebranded the far left, and how everybody is being pushed to this extreme anti-establishment, almost Hotep-esque way of thinking, but it's a Hotep under their umbrella. So now we are again, Ice Cube at the helm of that, helping guide Black America into this new age of thinking yet again. Just funny how that works out. Now, like I said, everything that they spit, truth. But that's how the devil usually works. He'll tell you the truth, but why is he telling you the truth? What is the motive behind you knowing that truth or you living that truth? Is it to serve the higher order or is it to serve good? That's the question. So as the days go by, we'll go ahead and see how this
Hold up, your volume just got low.
Oh, shoot. What about now?
That's perfect.
Yeah, as the days go by, we'll go ahead and see how this Ice Cube shit shakes out. But always keep a close eye because history doesn't necessarily repeat, but it rhymes on a significant level, kind of like Ice Cube. Now you got this whole fucking thing, and why I really wanted to call today. Started the show off with Young Pharaoh. That whole goddamn debate illustrates perfectly why I say that this nigga should not have a seat at the table as it pertains to being a thought leader in the black community. It highlights perfectly why I call that nigga a cartoon character. He is a living, breathing version of that fake-ass Hotep the Wayans brothers used to have in their show in Living Color back in the day, where he was just spitting a whole bunch of goddamn nonsense, kind of like the death knell to Hoteps at the time. They just turned the whole goddamn movement into a caricature.
Yeah.
Well, he's a living, breathing version of that. Right? He's an actual person. He's not a goddamn character on a comedy show. But of course, things have stepped up since the 80s when In Living Color was hot.
Right.
So things are a little bit different in how they're portrayed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the fuck was on display right there in that goddamn debate. I would not be surprised, bro. Would not be surprised in the least if when the cameras shut off after that whole farce of a goddamn debate took place, wouldn't be surprised in the least if him and the goddamn Kazarian he was debating said, all right, guys, good job today. And made plans for lunch after that. Because what the fuck else am I supposed to believe? Now I believe that dude's not necessarily his debate opponent or doing his thing over here on the side and they just happen to link up. Now I start to believe that that's his motherfucking handler.
Let me
add
a little texture here because I know both of these parties. I've had both of these parties on my channel. In fact, GG33, his video is like one of my top performing videos lately. Now, I know for a fact GG set this up. I know for a fact he set that up on his own. He likes to take people out in their enemy year. He does astrology. He goes based upon a Chinese will, and based upon a Chinese will, Pharaoh's in his enemy year. So Gary Ginsberg decided, hey, look, I'm gonna attack in his enemy year. Basically, I'm gonna grift off of him, beef up, my publicity off your name, and try to take down Pharaoh in his enemy year. That was the setup. Because it's a debate, right? So if you want to debate somebody, you debate somebody, when they're having their most unfortunate times. And allegedly, he says it's in his enemy year. Now, my enemy year was one of my best years, but that's just because I'm an alchemist, and also I am the one.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I just, thanks for that context right there. That does put things in a slightly new light.
Gary's a supreme grifter. He's supreme. He's a top-notch grifter. He interviewed Malik Obama, and Gary's starting to get his legs underneath him on his content thing. So I know for a fact that Gary set this up. Now, if you watch the beginning of that debate, him and Pharaoh did seem to be friendly. So there may be something, like you said, that debate goes off and they both end up becoming friends, and you see them work together in the future. That might not be out of the realm of possibilities.
Yeah, man. I swear to you, people like Pharaoh are set up to shit on the Hoteps on purpose. That's why you're so successful at what you do. Because, again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you're really putting truth out there, then most motherfuckers will never hear of you. You'll never reach a certain status of recognition. They can't afford it. But if you're putting truth out there and they can benefit from that in some way, whether you're consciously doing it or unconsciously doing it, well, yeah, sky's the limit for your recognition, for your reach.
This a real Hotep brother.
One of them things, man. That's why I'm always skeptical of people who have a significant reach. Look at all the people Tucker could have talked to. Look at all the people Tucker could have talked to on that very topic, right? He chose Ice Cube, somebody who's a made man, somebody who's in the loop. Right? Now, how far is Ice Cube in the loop is the question. That's what you have to sit back, wait, and watch. But you can't just see this wave and be like, hell yeah, things are turning in our favor. Hell yeah, everything's coming to a head. This is the spirit that they're trying to put on you. This is the mindset that they're trying to put into your brain. Like, yes, everything's turning in our favor. And that's how wolves get in the hen house. Because people just blindly follow this wave of they're feeling so goddamn good about it. Like, oh, all this COVID shit's coming to a head and da-da-da-da. Look at how the framing was in that video. Ice Cube helped with that framing. Like, oh yeah, the vaccine wasn't ready yet, so I wasn't fucking with it, right? So that way they can frame this whole bullshit farce as ineptitude, when we both know that this shit was on purpose. That vaccine wasn't 6 months old. They had patents on that shit in the 80s. So there was no rush job. There was none of that framing that they want to put on this shit to make it look like it was an accident. It was just people profit grabbing or ineptitude on the scientific level. No. They don't want you to touch the real facts that shit was on purpose. Because then if you admit that, then you have to start asking questions. Why did they do this? What was the purpose of doing this on purpose? Who was involved on that level of doing this on purpose? And that's where you find the actual truth. And Tucker is a master at this shit. Framing shit the exact way they want him to. So that way it just leads you over here when you're supposed to be over there. This is how we got our ass into the Iraq war. He did the same shit right after 9/11 with the Iraq war. Take a whole bunch of truth and pile it on top of the actual truth. So that way you never actually find out then you come out later talking about, well, I was deceived and, you know, I just was under this whole sway and pressure of the media being this way. And so that's why I did it. Oh, you did it for the same reason you're doing it now, to keep people off base, keep people away from the actual truth. You know, just one of them things that if people really pay attention, you got to know in your heart of hearts what the play was here. And once you do that, then you can see clearly exactly when they're trying to lead you astray. And that shit was on purpose. You got patents for this vaccine that you done told everybody came about under Operation Warp Speed. You got patents for this same shit back in the 80s. So that's not very warp speed now, is it? Okay? It's one of the things.
Go Wolf. Go Wolf. I appreciate you, Goldstein.
All right, bro. Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill. Jules, you next. If you're not Jules, don't call in. I want to talk to Jules next. Hold on. We got to talk to Jules next. Jules, I hope you listen on Rumble. Rumble hears me first. We taking Jules next. If you want to get in. All right, I see Millie. I see Tari. I see Taylor. Taylor, you after Jules. Taylor's after Jules. We're going to talk to Jules and we're going to talk to Taylor. And we got time today. I ended the thing early today because I wanted to talk to y'all. I like talking to my callers. That's fun for me, you know. I do better with other people. I'm a very, you know, I'm an ambivert. I do well with myself, but I also do well with other people. But I feel like I shine most when I work with other people. But I need my moments alone so I can level up, train, hone, focus, meditate.
Call from Rusha.
Jules, what up, man?
What's good, Hotep and Bill?
Hotep and Bill.
Man.
Talk to me, bro, man. What's on your mind, bro? How you feel about the show today?
Man, look, another great show today, man. What's so crazy? I tapped in as soon as I had got through looking at that Young Pharaoh and Double G33 dude.
Yeah.
And that goes back to what I was talking about, the gourmet grifters. It's easy to be exposed nowadays because it's a clash of the titans right now.
Clash of the Titans.
Yeah, man, because, like, folks is going to be put into proper perspective if they've really been seeking the knowledge. Correct. So the ones who've been faking and pump faking, it's going to be platforms like this to help expose it by putting that third eye perspective to be able to know really both sides angles and give a good mediation in between for the minds who sit on the sidelines peeping to really want to cheer for a certain team or go home. You know what I mean? So your arena right now is allowing folks to really see the supreme grifters and know who those charlatans are.
That's why we call it the Grifties. That's why we call it the Grifties. GriftReport.com.
Man, that's why I say I've been tuning in, like, because like the wavelength that a lot of folks are coming together on. Yeah. It's because like the information right now, it's like we call it the distractions, but right now it's like we got to be at our ultimate level of discernment because it's like simple equations for subtraction and addition, but right now it's a lot of quadratic formulas on the table too. Mm-hmm. And so we have to be real skilled mathematicians to not get caught in the wrong lane. Yeah. And to rise above the fray. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, like, even when you see, like, the Biden UFO, like, when you talking about that duality. Yeah. It's a lot of shit to both of that. I mean, because...
It's so much. It is so much.
And I see your dilemma of trying to condense this show into a can of soup when you got so many noodles, so many chickens, and so much broth.
You see what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. I'm feeling it because like I tell, I get up, I get into my sun meditation in the mornings and get into my, like, I start asking questions to the universe to lead my footsteps. Yeah. So when I start seeing similar conversations being had, like, And I'm like, wow, it ain't really a distraction. We just gotta to know what to put in proper context and proper order, so things can really play out like they're supposed to. Because we getting caught up on their time, and we got to get back to our natural order of things.
Well, that's why I'm glad I played the young Pharaoh clip in the beginning, because they touched on some of that alien stuff, like how the grays is under the reptiles, and it's like it's that's why today I got on the show and like we talking about extraterrestrial topics, and I'm like, yo, I was on this shit when I was a kid.
Yeah, I mean, Malachi Z. York. Like, think about if you ever heard Malachi talk about this. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of this stuff is sounding true because it's new to a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then people haven't done their due diligence over a course of period of time, and then a lot of people trying to get to the internet and run with this amazing vernacular, trying to sound all holier than thou, versus this really dissecting this shit for some commonality and some common sense.
Yeah.
And trying to stop trying to sound so mythical within their own aura. And like it's like we're going back to ego stroking.
Yeah.
People are really seeking for their ego to be stroked through this internet. And it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
I mean,
it was something. I had a question I wanted to ask you, bro, because I was seeing this stuff yesterday with the Sam Altman.
Okay.
Trying to play, because I know you into the Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And he's trying to pay people to be human using your iris to scan to differentiate between who's human and who's AI. Have you seen anything with that with Sam Altman with the Chat GPT people trying to scan the iris with this new exchange for currency?
Well, that's already here. They got that at the airports. They got the optical recognition. It's called Clear. So like the two fastest ways through at the airport is Clear and TSA, and one of them is optical recognition through Clear. As long as you got that, you get to skip the line. So you sell your soul for convenience. Yeah, that's what technology is.
Yeah, because I mean, like even when I was in DC a couple years ago when they started unrolling like the scanning when you come into restaurants or whatnot.
Yeah.
They scan your like the forehead. Yeah. And I was like, damn, that's intruding the pineal gland. You know what I mean? They actually shooting beams into your head, and we just standing there like, scan me. I was like, damn, we done became.
You talking about the temperature and shit?
Yeah. I mean, because even to know like that's people got used to having a gun pointed at their head, not even understanding that.
Oh,
you know what I mean? It's all of the subliminal psyop type of things that can form people into becoming non-human and thinking. It's really all like even you standing going to the airport. I got to fly out Friday to Atlanta. That's the first flight I'm going to take in the whole year. So I ain't even seen nothing like that yet. To know like, damn, we are really coming into the Terminator times.
Oh yeah. Oh, we here. We're here. They got the robots, and then they got the AI. That's why I said the AI is not to be concerned. What you need to be worried about is the Terminator when they plug the AI into the fucking robot. That is what you need to be afraid of. This little bitch ass Chat GPT ain't shit. You know what I mean? But here's the real rules that's gonna come, right? That come with the alien shit. And this is why I don't like talking about the alien shit, because all the conspiracy theorists know they have this project called CERN and Project Bluebeam.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And this is gonna be the fake alien invasion. In fact, let me pull it up on the screen right now. I'm glad you brought that up. Let me pull this up on the screen because I just tweeted this out. on my profile while we were streaming. And if y'all get a chance, boost this. It says right here, the fake alien invasion is coming. Now this was posted on menoforder.com. Let's go pull it up. And here we are, Andy Eversole, and here we go. Recent leaks and admissions. Where is this going? The government will stage a fake alien invasion. So here it is. It said, this might sound like a really wild idea, and perhaps it is. Let me make sure the people at home can see this. Hold on. Let me fix this on your screen. I'm sorry. I apologize. All right. Says, but now, after watching the entire world go through systematic medical takeover and seeing how easily people accepted lockdowns, masks, and experimental procedures, and censorship of anyone asking questions about the origins of the virus, I'm actually not concerned that they could really pull this off. 75 years in the making. So he says here, the technology, beings from other planets. Israeli space security chief says ETs are real and President Trump knows about it. There is a global group of families, tech lords, elites, and military leaders who seek to create a central government, military, currency. How do we stop it? Wake up now. So right here on menoforder.com, there is an article about Dr. Greer, Project Bluebeam, secret project run by NASA. You know, that's NASA's Nazis. That's Operation Paperclip, along with other groups around the world. So if you are interested in what's already out there, dig into that and some other names like the Stargate Project. Let me make my highlight so next time I come back here, I'm gonna do this. Right?
Hey, they just showed us that on the TV with the little TV show with Tilk. The little black dude walking around like an alien, wearing all the hieroglyphic materials.
Oh, word?
Yeah, the dude used to be MacGyver, was on a TV show called Stargate.
Oh, yes, exactly. Yes. Stargate, yes. That's where the movie came from.
Plain sight, man. A lot of stuff be hidden in such plain sight.
Yes.
But you know, like when you was talking to me about like the Project Bluebeam and CERN, it was so crazy that the Guidestones were blew up right after they launched CERN. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like the ability to rewrite memory. It's the whole scheme of things right now, because the frequencies, the data waves, the far as this 5G technology, and then every device now is talking to you. You don't even know it's talking to you. So this digital warfare, and plus you got to remember this stuff. Remember when they had everybody looking at that Pokemon Go?
Yeah.
That technology was the start of this, because when people start to look life through their phones, you don't really know. And they really invested heavily in their AR.
Yes.
And so when I started to realize that people look through life through their phones, you don't know what their phone could project to distort your actual reality.
Big facts.
On top of the location, if you study like far as the chemtrails where they put in the actual cloud seeding, it's holographic material. So the whole system is conducive for what they would call a global takeover, to create a global army or a centralized one world government.
Yeah.
But I think they mapped this out through the collapse of the WWF and WCW into WWE. It's kind of like they played this whole this farce out already through like Trump and Vince McMahon and Bischoff, like far as Britain, America, and the collapsing of the dollar and creating one central federalization.
Yeah.
But it comes through how do you scare the whole world, and that's what it is.
Yeah. There's a quote right here. It says, Henry Kissinger, "The one thing man fears is the unknown. Individual rights will be willingly relinquished for the guarantee of their well-being granted to them by a world government or a new world order." So they will willingly relinquish their freedom because of a little bit of fear, as we saw with the last few years. Of course.
Man.
So, now they come with the alien shit, and they're going to take away more rights because your dumb ass believing in aliens. Meanwhile, the aliens that they telling you about ain't the aliens that's running the earth.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
They gonna show us some bullshit, some throwaway aliens that they done murdered fucking 30 years ago and been cloning and shit. Some slave race of aliens they gonna show us and tell us these little punk ass niggas, I'll kick one of them grays right in the face.
Man, I'm ready to use my machete and tomahawk, man. Keep one ready. But it's so crazy, man, that this fear, like this being placed upon us. And it is great to see warriors at least shouting this shit out before it becomes too late. You know what I mean? Because you putting people on point. And like I told you a while back, I said, man, I appreciate you for waking me up, man, because when you in a small area sometimes, disconnected from the world, you really don't hear too much of your thoughts because you're an anomaly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, and I'm not saying I'm above or better. It's just when you've been placed in certain situations to see things differently, it's hard to share that with the masses who were looking totally opposite.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just, I continue to try to figure out how to, like, I rearrange my whole time during the day. I sit here and I cook a little dinner for my grandma. And we play AC Deuce. And I just told her, I said, man, I got to call in. He said, well, go ahead. So she even understands. I sit here and listen to the show with her, with you, to try to give her insight as to where do I come up with all this information from.
Yeah.
Like, people like this. I'm not the only one, Grandma. I call her ma'am. I said, ma'am, I'm not the only nut out here. So
we ain't the nuts. It's the people that's watching other shows that's the nuts. If you hear, you the same folk. Shout out to Grandma.
Man, look.
I got Taylor coming up next on the phone lines.
Hey, 1,000 salutes, my G. I appreciate you for allowing me to tap in, pause.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? This is like something that's growing every day. I see the numbers. And everybody in the chat, man, hit the like, subscribe, continue to tap in, pause.
I appreciate you, bro. Always a pleasure, man.
Next time. Always, vice versa.
Yes, sir. Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill.
It's the homie Jules on the check-in. Taylor's next. If you ain't Taylor, don't call in. It's 4 p.m. You see these grays on the screen? I'm not afraid of these grays, man. There's going to be some immediate shock. I'm not going to hold you. Like, when I first see him, I'm like, oh, shit, it's a motherfucking E.T. You know? But if he tries something crazy, I feel bad for him. I feel bad for this little skinny motherfucker. I'm going to put him through the floor. Cave his chest in, put him through the floor. 2 seconds. It's not going to take but 2 seconds to put him on his ass. I'll be honest with you. I said, it's got to be Taylor. Oh, that was Taylor. I'm sorry, Taylor. I done hung up on you. My bad. I've been smoking that wacky grass like my second mom used to say.
Hey, Jay.
Yo, Taylor, what up, bro? We got the producers calling in today. What up, man? Talk to me, bro. My handlers be handling this shit.
I had to call in because everyone gets the race and IQ thing so wrong.
Okay.
Everyone. It just bugs the crap out of me.
Okay.
So let's talk about one thing. The word that was used that was unevolved, and I hate that word. You're unevolved. Pharaoh was saying unevolved. No such thing as unevolved, because a sloth is really good at being a sloth, and a human's really good at being a human. And sometimes we used to say, "Oh my gosh, these people they have unevolved blood. They have sickle cell." And then malaria comes in, and sickle cell people are like, "We're extra evolved." Like it's just adaptation to the region you're in, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. So let's just throw unevolved out of the way. Let's go right into IQ. There's problems with IQ. We can get into all the problems with the fact that if I take the IQ test in Spanish, I'm going to look like an idiot. But if I take it in English, I'm going to look like a smart person. And that's because, or I hope to look like a smart person. And that's because, it's based upon what you can recognize. It's a pattern recognition test, but you have to have some knowledge of the patterns already. So it's not a perfect measurement of intelligence. But let's throw that all away and look at a little bit. Let's go into a little bit of our past. Let's talk about the Ashkenazi Jews. When they came here in mass in 1930, 1920-ish area, they were the lowest on the IQ chart. They were measuring at 80. Come fast forward to the 80s, 90s, they were the highest on the IQ chart. They were measuring on average at like 125 or something like that. IQ changes, and the reason for it is IQ changes. Typically, you can only be about 10 to 15 points smarter or dumber than your parents. And so if you have a very good family system that's based on education, oftentimes you'll go up and up and up. Now, the funny thing about IQ right now is the top demographic and the bottom demographic are the same. right now. I mean, depending on how you define it, it's black people. Top demographic are Nigerian Americans. Bottom demographic are like something like the black people in the South or something like that. I can't remember what's in America. But all that tells us is that there are some averages and some trends of certain cultures of people. Seems that IQ has a lot more to do with your culture and your family structure than anything else. And it's just and it's just driving me kind of crazy too, because if I say that, hey, all Chinese people are bad at math or great at math, that doesn't say anything about the Chinese person standing in front of me. They could be the smartest person at math. They could be the dumbest person at math. So I don't know why we're even getting emotional about this and being ignorant at the same time about this as a society, when it's just like, that doesn't say anything about you at all. That says something about a group that you are part of, depending on how we measure it, but it doesn't say a thing about you. So that's my piece on IQ. I just had to get it off my chest.
I like that. So you're basically saying nurture over nature.
Yeah, I mean, it clearly has something in nature, in the sense of like, if you're basically stuck to being 10 IQ points attached to your parents, that's kind of nature. But 3 generations of good parenting and you're in the top IQ, you're close to genius.
Mm. And you said, what year was it that the Ashkenazi Jews came over?
I want to say 1920s. It could be 1930s.
So you're saying from the 20s to the 80s, they went from the bottom to the highest IQ?
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, and it's basically, I mean, part of it had to do with where they came from and what, why they left there. If I'm not mistaken, Ashkenazis, is that Sephardic Russia, right? So Ashkenazis, they would have come in from Europe, right? Am I getting that right? I can't remember.
Yes.
But
yes, they would definitely come from. They would primarily come from Germany, Poland, Ukraine.
So 30s makes sense as they're getting out of Europe because of the big scares, and we're taking in different people from Europe for different reasons during the world wars.
Mm-hmm. 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 France. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I concur, sir. I wholeheartedly agree with you.
Yeah. So, I mean, you could be part of the dumbest demographic, can be in part of the smartest person. You could be the smartest person in the world. That says nothing about you.
Correct.
Yep.
Hey, man, appreciate the call, bro.
For sure. Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill. Man. Tari, get in here, yo. We're going to go Tari then Millie. Koofy's on tight today. I mean, one of the callers, man, I don't even be trying to take it there, and they just take it there every single time. It's crazy because during the call-ins today, I sat here and I sort of zoned out on a couple of callers there because they were just giving me ideas, and I see a beautiful thing happening in my world and how I'm going to get to where I'm going really fucking fast. Like, some NASCAR shit. Oh, did I tell y'all on my locals, I got the new NASCAR footage up? Yeah, on my locals, I got the new NASCAR footage up. I was right there. I was in the pit road. Right there. Zoop, 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 zoop. That shit was fun. I want to go again. That shit was dope. Shout out to Jazzy. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, here go right here. Yeah. I got different angles too. I got it from the pit box. I got it from pit row. I got it right up close too. The gas guy was like, "Here, stand right here." He got me a nice little shot. Big ass motherfuckers, man. Big ass motherfuckers.
Call from
Tari,
what up, bro?
What up, kid? Yo, I was actually probably gonna watch that debate.
You had to watch at least 15 minutes of it.
Until you showed it to me, I was going.
Oh no, what happened, man?
Because look, I love Pharaoh, but
that dude was getting on my nerves. Like, because it wasn't even like he was saying nothing like groundbreaking or, you know, like destroying any of his points. It was just the same shit you always hear when, you know, the white people that they hear a black person that maybe know more about their history than they know, and then you got the alien shit too. That part was that was funny. That was really funny. I still might go back and watch it for real because I kind of want to see that shit. But you can't argue with him. You really can't. And like that's why I kind of respect what he was saying. Like he said, I'd rather not argue with y'all because I end up with the same kind of feeling most of the time. If you ever go back and forth with anybody, just even about like you don't even have to get back all the way back to Egypt.
Yeah.
But you can't even like some of these people you really can't even have a conversation. You know the remember that Netflix documentary? Yeah. Where they made Cleopatra like a black woman.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, look, you know, most of us is not gonna claim her. Like, let's be completely honest. Like, I'm not gonna claim her. But I don't really care that much. You know, like when I look at that, I'm like, okay, well, you know, that's like they cast it like that. Is it that big of a deal though? They care so much about that shit. Like they're like, oh, we're race swapping Cleopatra. Like y'all wasn't none of y'all niggas was playing with Cleopatra anyway. Like now y'all care about Cleopatra. She was Mediterranean. Like y'all don't even. You actually look at the history. I'm pretty sure they didn't even really know what they had to figure out what her mama was. I think they said her mama had some like some Persian in her or something like that.
Yeah.
So as far as them motherfuckers, now they don't know what she was. She was just as mixed as a lot of you motherfuckers over here right now.
Yeah, Shaka said she was a quadroon.
Yeah, she wasn't really none of them. She was a mix. She was a mutt.
Yeah, she was a mutt.
But because of that, right? Don't nobody really care how you portray her. Because to be honest, we don't know what the hell she looked like. She could have been pretty swarthy. You know. Did you watch
Shaka's presentation, Egyptology relationship to Nazism?
Oh yeah. I think I was telling you I was catching that one live.
I'm almost done with it. I'm almost done with it. I'm like at least a third or 3/4 of the way through. Hold on, let me look. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah, I gotta get through that last video. I'm still in the middle of that one.
I'm almost at like 2/3. There you go, right there. I'm at like almost at 2/3.
People don't understand how serious history is.
This shit was crazy. This shit right here was crazy.
When he showed that old flag too, like when he showed the old Nazi flag and the
Egypt yeah, I got that on the screen right now.
Like, oh.
Yeah, that killed it right there.
Oh, I didn't even peep that one.
Yeah, that killed it right there.
I ain't even peeped that one. I was like, oh damn, this is deep.
This shit right now. This shit video of the year right now. I'm telling you right now. This is video of the year. On the whole,
you know what the crazy thing about that is?
I ain't seen nothing better than
a lot of people. They really don't know how close the connection between Germans and Egyptology is, and the French.
Yeah.
They pretty much, I think it was the Champollion or whatever.
Yeah.
Was that the one they called the father of Egyptology? The first one to really start.
Champollion.
He was the one that translated the Rosetta Stone and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't even know that's where that all originates. So like half our information don't even come from anywhere in Africa. You know, most of the people telling you about what you know about Egypt and Africa is not even from there, not even really from around there. They going to find the stuff after the fact.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when people talk about it, it's like, yeah, I mean, you know, you could tell me that what I'm saying probably ain't true, but do you really know your sources well enough to back that up? Like, a lot of them don't.
Mm-hmm. They ain't in the scholarship. Millie, I got you up next, Millie. They ain't in the scholarship, bro. But yeah, that Shaka video is where you at on the aliens, man? the Biden situation a distraction from the aliens, or is aliens distraction from the Biden shit?
The alien thing always got me because I mean, they can't stop talking about it. For me, it's kind of a religious thing, for real. I was going back and forth with some fool who didn't understand, why people believe in the concept of God and stuff like that. And even these people will, tell you that they think the simulation theory and stuff like that is still logically like a possibility. And a lot of them would say like, oh, well, maybe, aliens too, right? Like, oh, maybe some alien species or something, dropped us off here or we're descended from some alien species or something. So it's really, it's really just a matter of whether it's being hidden from us to begin with, as far as I'm concerned. I feel like it wouldn't even really be a conversation if it wasn't something that was either being hidden or something the rest of us just will never actually know about. Because if you think about, I kind of think about it sometimes when I hear about these people who do, the DMT and ayahuasca and whatnot, and they talk about the machine nails and all that other stuff, you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be like, oh, the definition of alien, right? We know an alien doesn't have to come from outer space.
Correct.
It's just like, so I don't even
That's why
really
you have
think
to
about
use the term. That's why you have to use the term extraterrestrial.
Right, exactly, yeah. So, because it could just be like, I don't know, it could be like a parallel Earth or some, DC Marvel shit or whatever.
Middle Earth.
And you got like
North Pole, Antarctica, all types of motherfucking
you might
aliens.
Have Bizarro Biden, buff as fuck, young as fuck, in another timeline trying to fucking swap out with the current Biden. Like, who the fuck knows? Right?
Well, I mean, we could just keep it simple. You know what I mean? We could keep it real simple and just say beings from Antarctica. You don't even got to get wild with it. That's still going to be an alien.
Damn, and something I wanted to mention regarding that too. I was like looking at some discoveries that was going on last week. They found glacial deposits about 2.9 billion years old in South Africa. And they were actually considering it's a possibility that these layers are very closely connected. Like there might be something we missing in the past where they were like possibly connected or most likely were connected. I'm not too familiar with all that plate tectonics and how they think the Earth looked in the past, but a lot of it ends up being, like speculation, mostly guesswork for the most part. But, they do use the numbers to make it educated guesses, but you never really know. But it makes sense now. They found saber-toothed tigers, 2 new species of saber-toothed tigers there too.
Oh yeah,
not in the same place, but in a different area. Yeah. I was looking at that. I was like, damn,
that's a nice little excavation.
Yeah. I was like, okay. Yeah. 2.9 billion years old glaciers. They said it was the oldest glacial deposit they found so far, as far as they know, so far. So it might even change what we think about, the old climate of the Earth, and they actually were talking about how it changes their idea of how the climate in Africa changed over time.
Okay.
Maybe some of them with the sub-Saharan African theory start shutting the fuck up. Maybe.
A lot of what we're supposed to be told, we're not being told. So you always got to keep your third eye open. Keep your Hotep eye open. Hey man, let me get to the next caller, bro.
Man.
Hotep and Bill. Yo, Millie, get in here. Pause. We got to keep we got to play the pause game. We definitely playing the pause game. Hold on. Where am I? Where's chat at? There's chat. Monique Khalid Muhammad called out Ice Cube as fake. Oh, Lord have mercy. Darian Gario, he said environmental factors such as lead, heavy metals also affect IQ, which can be ingested through infrastructure such as pipes, paint, roads, etc. Like the people out in East Palestine, Ohio. Rumble, what up, Rumble? Rumble ain't sprinkling no money on us today, but it's all good.
Call from
Millie.
Millie, what's up, love?
Hey, how's it going?
Life is good. How you feeling?
I'm doing good. Starting to feel a little better. Working with kids at a summer camp, so they're always spreading sickness, but I'm getting better now.
Yeah, that's another reason why I'm glad I started homeschooling, because now the household don't get sick.
Yeah. So I was going to comment on the clip that you showed, like, in the beginning of the stream with the little blonde boy with braids.
Yeah.
And, like, how woke people were getting upset about him wearing braids. And they said something like white parents need to educate their kids or something on something that's exclusively black culture. And so one thing I noticed that goes on the woke camp, and I know it's not like the most inviting term to use, but I don't know what else to call them right now.
Mm-hmm.
They like to cherry pick history. So they like to look at pieces of history, and I guess everyone does this. They like to cherry pick the pieces of history that defend whatever agenda they're trying to push, but then they like to disregard other parts of history. So, like, for example, the Vikings, the Romans, the Chinese, every ancient culture both braided and dreaded their hair. But they'll completely disregard that, but then they'll start talking about the Vikings or the Native Americans or whatever when it comes to defend, like, trans stuff, like, they were very open with free love and blah, 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 blah. So, I don't really have anything long to say. I just wanted to comment on braiding hair is easy, ABC 1, 2, 3. It doesn't take rocket science to figure out how to braid hair. I'm pretty sure, I used to work at a zoo. Animals in a zoo, the primate exhibit, you give them tools, at some point they're probably going to figure out how to start braiding too. It's not that difficult. So this isn't people braiding their hair. They're not stealing someone's culture.
You're trying to say that braiding hair is not exclusive to black people?
Correct. It's not exclusive. Every ancient culture has braided their hair.
That sounds racist.
Yeah, well, that's the common.
That's white privilege.
And another thing, like, I'm actually right now I'm in Europe. That's where I've been working, and I'm also working with Ukrainians, and the wokes love them. Well, they would be shocked
you call
to
them,
see.
Wait, we gotta slow down because this is the second time you said that. You call them the wokes?
Sometimes I say the wokes or the wokies. I don't know what to call them. Oh, man,
the wokies.
Yeah.
Gotta call them Marxists.
Yeah, the Marxists.
You gotta study up on your Marxism and then start calling these motherfuckers Marxism, because part of the plot is to get you to call them something what they're not. They're not
True.
woke. They're asleep.
True.
And they're getting
That's
you to
true.
chant this woke as if they're woke. They're not a woke. They're putting people to sleep. So we gotta call them Marxists.
If you use their terminology, they technically culturally appropriated the term woke. So,
yep.
But, like, what I wanted to mention is, out here in Europe, particularly in the Slavic countries, it's a common thing for little girls to have, like, different colored weave in their hair for braids. Like, it's like, like if you go to a carnival or fair or whatever, so in the summertime, it's a common sight that you might see a little girl, a 6-year-old, with, like, maybe some pink or blue type weave in her hair, braided into her hair. So, this is a culture that they're, like, defending right now. Like, oh, pray for Ukraine. Well, I wonder how they would feel if they saw what I'm seeing. So yeah, that's all I wanted to touch on. They like to disregard certain parts of history that don't support their agenda.
Well, we appreciate the call, love.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. Hotep
All right,
Bill.
take care.
I like her. She's cool. She's cool peoples. She's cool peoples. There's potential there. I see some potential in that one. There's a little bit of grift force in that one there. Just a little bit, just enough to, enough to get started. I think Rumble killed their chat. Wait, what? Now I'm looking at the Rumblers here. Rumble, tell me, is the chat good? Thumbs up in the Rumble chat if the Rumble chat is good, or did it die? Thumbs up over there. Because I see Goldstein over here. Might be a mobile problem. Yeah, Steph Colonel, the wokes. The wokes. That's a very interesting term, the wokes. Yeah, if y'all ever want to just like ask a question or something like that, and you don't want to call in, you can super chat and I'll read your question. Or if you're a member, now's a good time to ask a question. If you had a question, if you're a member, I could see you, I could spot you out of the crowd because your name's highlighted and you get the symbol next to your name. So shout out to all my members on YouTube. If I'd like everybody to be on Locals. If you could drift on over to Locals, I got an email from Locals, so I got to respond to them and set up a date to conference. That'll be super dope. Super dope. Hold on. Yeah, so I got some great things happening over here. I'll show you. If I didn't have 3 windows open, this would be a hell of a lot easier. Let's go here. Oh, I had it up right there. All right, boom, boom. So, again, once you go in here, you hit add to cart. It's going to take you to the checkout. You hit checkout. If you hit the link in the description box below, Taylor Madden's texting me. This is important because he's the producer. Rumble site crash. Refresh to see if there was a chat problem. Whole site down. Oh, what? I don't want to refresh, but it's working on my side. That's weird. That's really odd. I'm looking at it working on my site. So I'm gonna, but chat definitely is not responding. Chat is not responding on Rumble. The numbers at Rumble are dipping. They're now, just when I saw, I think it was at 170 something. Now it's at 166. So maybe it's down for some users and not all users. I might be in the batch that it's not down for. Anyway, for anybody watching still, once you hit the link in the description box, that'll apply the discount automatically. And you'll see the price get adjusted right here. You'll see the price get adjusted. And that'll apply the discount for you. All right? Simple stuff. So I just want to make sure, because some people said, hey, I applied the discount. I went to my cart. It wasn't there. You're not going to see it in the cart. You're going to see it at checkout. At checkout, it'll apply automatically. Or if you just want to type in the Grift Report, you type in Grift Report, just like that, Grift Report, as the coupon code, and that also will work. Thank you, Taylor, for the update, bro. My other handler is texting me. Oh yeah. We doing that this Sunday. Sunday we're doing a movie review on, that's going to be a Rumble exclusive. This Sunday, Lila Hart, we're going to do a watch party this Sunday, Grift Report, 2 p.m. Shout out to my handlers for making sure I'm on top of this stuff. This is why we have a team. Like I said, Hotep Jesus, I can't do this without my team. She just reminded me we've scheduled that this Sunday watch party. Gonna be dope. Gonna be super dope. Yeah. So yeah, I gotta respond to Lila Hart's husband. He's in my DMs too. We're gonna collab on this in some way, some form. But I have a sponsor. For the watch party on Sunday that I really think you guys are gonna like. It's super on point, super on brand. And I can't wait to make that announcement and show that to you guys. But we got another campaign coming with one of our sponsors. I think you'll like what you see with them. I think you'll like what you'll see. What can you guys see? Okay, you're looking at me. Good. So this Saturday, I might do my Michael Malice presentation. I got where is that? Is it? Here it go, right here. Let me tell you the notes I got on this shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, at minimum 18 slides. I have notes here from his document called The White Pill, from when I had read it. So Saturday will be a dissection of The White Pill. Sunday will be the watch party for the documentary on the vaccine. We're going to watch that. That's Lila Hart's presentation, her and her husband, Eric. And then I also have the CRT presentation. I'm going to start studying for the CRT presentation, and I'm going to dive into all of the CRT shit, and I'm going to do a Grift Report presentation on the CRT shit. Because it's been a while since I got my scholarship bag. I haven't gotten my scholarship bag since I did the presentation on the Grift Report. That playlist up on YouTube. And so, yeah, I got some more scholarship stuff coming. So, yeah, look out for that. Alex Stein Monday. Me and Alex Stein, we're going to have an intervention on Alex Stein's content. We're going to talk about him getting kicked out of the fight. We're gonna cover all that. So I'll be talking to Alex. I'm gonna get this skinny and you know, we're gonna get to the bottom of that. So make sure y'all tune in for the Grift Report on Monday with Alex Stein. What else? Tim Pool situation got moved around. The Gutfeld situation got moved around. I'll save that information for my people on Locals. My people on Locals, you will know the new dates for my Gutfeld. So if you guys ever want to just show up at the show and, you know, catch a live tape, and I believe it's free. You just, you know, show up, you call the Gutfeld show and they schedule you or whatever. So you can come watch my show, be in the audience. So I'll send that to my Locals community, my schedule on that, and also my schedule with, whatchamacallit, Temple. And then next year is going to be crazy. Next year is going to be crazy because next year we got the Grifties. We got Hotep Con, but Hotep Con not in Vegas. It might be Hotep Con Miami. One day we're going to do a single day conference. We're going to do conference during the day, gala at night, and then the after party. So we got 3 outfit changes minimum. So we're going to have a conference. We're going to feed you at the conference. After that, you go chill, whatever, get ready. We're going to go do the gala, red carpet gala, let everybody take their pictures and stuff. Have a dinner. We're going to have dinner, obviously. And then head to the after party. We're going to do the after party, you know, somewhere, somehow. And, you know, that's for my late night folks. And I'm telling you right now, if you ever come to one of my events, I don't say goodbye. I sneak away. You just notice I've disappeared. So, but yeah, Hotep Con is gonna be dope. I can't wait to hang out with y'all. I cannot wait to hang out with y'all. That's gonna be dope, especially the crowd that we got coming this year. More people have come to Hotep Con this year than ever before. So that's a great sign. I think we've doubled our numbers from last year. Great sign. So if we double every year, I don't know, how's that exponential thing work? I think there's some mathematical equation. I forget what that's called. Some sequence. It's a sequence. I forget the name. Now I gotta look it up. Fuck. I hate when this happens. Yeah, here we go. In terms of obtained by doubling the previous term. Here we go. It's just called the doubling sequence. I thought it had a different name. The doubling sequence is my name for the sequence of powers. Term doubling stands from the basis of the binary number system. Any natural number can be written as the sum of powers of 2, for instance. No, that's not it. I don't think that's it. Hold on, it's this one. I think it's this one. Doubling sequence is geometric sequence in the form of 1, R, R2, R2. Terms of doubling sequence lie on the. I don't think this is what I'm looking for. It's probably somebody in the chat. Who knows? They're probably like screaming. Tanai would know. He had to take a lot of math to get the degree he got. Oh, let me check on the chat. See if the chat knows. Chat's probably faster than my dumb ass trying to find the formula. I just got a email alert. Okay. Okay, dope. Shout out to Leah. It's not Fibonacci. Is it the power of 2? The opposite is a logarithmic function. Okay. It's called the exponential equation. Okay, let's do that. Let's type that in. The exponential equation or function? I'm gonna do it like an idiot. 2 plus 2 plus 4. 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 8. 8 plus 8 equals 16. Let's see. Let's see what happens. No, that's got a factor of 2. It keeps bringing me back to this formula, so maybe this is the formula. See, that's why I hate looking down rabbit holes, because I'll be here, you know, by the time I'm done, I'd be an expert on this fucking thing, because 1, 2, what's the general sequence? When you see a pattern of 2, down, and 2. See, this is what's wrong with me. Identify the sequence. Okay, identify the sequence. This is a okay, so it is a geometric sequence since there is a common ratio between each term. In this case, multiplying the previous term in the sequence by 2 gives the next term. In other words, A times, what the fuck does that mean? I don't remember this shit. Dun minus 1. R equals 2. Okay. Yeah, I can't even understand this shit. It's a geometric sequence. I would have to do geometry all over again just to remember this shit. My kids probably got to do geometry next semester anyway, so I'll learn this shit. So it's a geometric sequence. Okay. Under algebra. Okay. I'm sorry. I just wanted to know what that was. Curiosity. Goldstein said HotepCon is finna be lit this year, but next year is the year of Goldstein. Next year we're gonna be in Miami, I think. HJ, what am I debating on Tim Pool on Friday? It's not this Friday. I got moved around, so it's gonna be a different day. I'm gonna let my locals community know. Angelia, nuclear weapons are fake. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I like that take. Exponential equation. Yeah, okay, we saw that. Do a Hotep tour. So, all right, so boom, this was my idea for a Hotep tour. I want to do the Grifties live. I want to do HotepCon live, and I want to do the basketball tournament. So we'll do the basketball tournament, I don't know, LA, right? Or some shit like that. Or no, we'll do like the basketball tournament in Miami. And then we'll do the Grifties in Texas and HotepCon in DC, right? We might do it something like that. What do y'all think? And that'd be like a nice little 3-day tour. And we'll probably have to put out tickets if you want to come to all three. We'll have to price it out. See what it all comes out to, but that's going to be the wave next year, man. That's going to be the wave next year. The Hotep tour. Yeah. I know. Shout out to Mr. Jab. Mr. Jab is the king of branding. The king of branding streaming. He's the king of it. What time is it? 4:37. Do we got callers? We took care of callers. Oh, Jonah's over here texting me. Jonah, all right, go ahead, Jonah, man. My bad. I forgot to talk to you, man. If you want to call in, call in. Let's talk to Jonah. Then I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta coach the kids today, and I'm gonna go hydrate because it's a hot day today. So I'm gonna go hydrate, train those kids. They're looking good. They're getting better. They look really good. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. See, I just zoned out and I was at practice. Mentally, I do that, man. Mentally, I was at practice already with the kids. I zone out like that, man. I be lost. I be gone. When you the one, sometimes you just get lost in the matrix, man. You just get lost in your own thoughts. Nah, I don't got you on block, Jonah. There you go.
Call from
Jonah. What up, man?
Not much. Don't worry. I know the networks are all fucked up today, so. And then I had to go out on my lunch break, we all have to do our part for Ukraine, so I went to the rub and tug, Just kidding. Just kidding. A couple things on today's show. Who came over with Operation Paperclip too? She's in the movies right now. Barbie, the escort who came over to destroy American values.
No way.
Yeah, Lilly, L-I-L-L-I. Was an escort in Germany, and that's who she's based off of, and the name comes from Close Barbie.
L-I-L-L-I. Say that again.
L-I-L-L-I.
Okay.
And it was like the cartoon was like B-I-L-D. I'll send you the link to that anyways. I sent you something.
You sent me the link to that?
I'll send that later, but I sent you something already. But
wait, hold up. I'm trying to pull it up on the screen now, Jonah. Hold on, man. Give me a second, man.
Yeah, I can send that.
What you said, Lily? How could I pull the image up? What do I got to spell? L-I-L-L-I?
L-I-L-L-I. The article that I have is like meet the Lily, the high-end escort or high-end German escort.
Oh, I see it right here. Oh man, meet Lily, the high-end German call girl who became Barbie.
Yeah, Operation Paperclip. And it's kind of funny too because they also have Klaus Barbie, right? You know who that is, right?
You say that again?
Her name was Lily in Germany, but then she comes here and her name is Barbie. But you also had Klaus Barbie, right?
Klaus Barbie?
Yeah.
Oh man.
War criminal. How did Barbie get her name?
I don't know.
From Klaus Barbie. But Ernest Victor, the propaganda said it was from the chick's mother. Now, as far as a couple of things real quick, Cleopatra was getting dug out by fucking Alexander, right? So who cares what her race was, right?
Yeah.
I sent you a thing in your DMs. It's actually from a cartographer in the 1600s that shows the Sphinx with a headdress on.
Okay.
Now, about that white kid, right?
Yeah.
It's okay if he wants to be Robbie Margot or the fucker name is, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if he wants to be a black football player, then he's crossing both boundaries, right?
Talk about it. Talk about it.
Now, let's go to the last one that I'm calling in on. Now, are we going to just under the understanding that Cube and Tucker now have the same handler?
You think Tucker and Cube got the same handler?
Well, they're both agency, man. Like, did you see what happened too? This is great. Did you see how they admitted to the agency admitted to it?
What?
The one of their agents went over to Russian television and admitted to it. So then they're already playing another psychological warfare. So there's one agent went over on national Russian television during this, like last year.
Yeah.
And admitted to like they were running all the gangster rap, and they actually had war propagandists writing the gangster rap songs and shit. So now that you say that, they're gonna be like, oh, that's just propaganda, right?
All right, listen, I'm about to drop so I can read this Barbie article.
Yeah, that was all I had anyways. I even wrote down a list, so I keep it straight now.
My man. Hotep is
Okay.
good.
Hotep out.
Jonah. Keep the coopy on tight. It says right here, so it turns out Barbie's original design was based on a German adult gag gift escort doll named Lily. Wow. Look at this. Ain't this something? Ooh, wait till I go to the internet later. I'm about to do my thread on Barbie. I'm about to drop my Barbie thread. Tell niggas, this is why you don't even got to go see the movie. You already know what the op is. That's right. She wasn't a dentist or a surgeon, an Olympian gymnast, a pet stylist, or an ambassador for world peace. And she certainly wasn't a toy for little girls. Unbeknownst to most, Barbie actually started out life in the 1940s as a German cartoon character created by artist Reinhard Boltien for the Hamburg-based tabloid Bild-Zeitung. The comic strip character known as Bild Lily, a post-war gold-digging buxom broad. This is an interesting word. Buxom. A plump, especially with large breasts. Buxom. Okay, I like that. A post-war, gold-digging buxom broad. That's a hell of a word. Y'all out here fucking with these buxom bitches. I can have fun with that word. Who got by in life seducing wealthy male suitors. She was famously quick-witted and known to talk back when it came to male authority. In one cartoon, Lily is warned by a policeman for illegally wearing a bikini out on the sidewalk. Lily responds, "Oh, and in your opinion, what part should I take off?" She became so popular that in 1953, a newspaper decided to market a three-dimensional version, which was sold as an adult novelty toy, available to buy from bars, tobacco kiosks, and adult toy stores. They were often given out as bachelor party gag gifts and dangled from cars' rearview mirror. Parents considered the doll inappropriate for children, and a German brochure from the 1950s described Lily as always discreet, and with her impressive wardrobe, she was the star of every bar. She did indeed have such wide range of outfits and accessories you could buy for her that eventually little girls began wanting her as a play doll too. While toy factories tried to cash in on her popularity with children, Lily still remained a successful adult novelty, especially outside of Germany. A journalist for the New Yorker magazine, Ariel Levy, referred to Lily as a sex doll. In the 1950s, one of the founders of Mattel, Ruth Handler, pictured above, was traveling to Europe and bought a few Lily dolls to take home. She reworked the design of the doll and later debuted Barbie at the New York Toy Fair on March 9th, 1959. Mattel acquired the rights to Lily in 1964, and production of the German doll ceased. Funny how Barbie's lighter skin tone was just about the only noticeable change in the early days. Wait a second. Hold up. They saying Barbie got whiter? Damn, Barbie can't even have a tan? It's racist. And the rest is history. You're a little more familiar with, and no doubt one Mattel is a little more comfortable with. So which version would you prefer, Barbie's ballsy European precursor or Mattel's squeaky clean look-alike? Oh man, I got my tweet. My tweet gonna go ham. It's gonna go hamburger later. Got me another viral tweet. Thank you, Jonah. Let me go ahead and just email myself that right now. Just email that to me. Email to me as a reminder. Drop this. Handlers like, Hotep Jesus, you have not been as active on Twitter as you used to. We're gonna need you to bump up those Twitter numbers so we can, get some revenue going here. But your Twitter numbers are just down, bro. They're down. All right, y'all, I got this. Fine, I'm gonna start tweeting again. Tweet this is the subject matter. Shout out to my handlers, always keeping me on point. Always keeping me on point. All right, I'm closing windows. I'm out of here, man. I got shit to do. Let me start closing some windows. What's that? That's that. Chat, what up, chat? All right, chat. I'm about to be out of here, man. I'm about to be out of here. He said Barbie pure Aryan. Pure Aryan, Matari. Oh, Tari. Oh my God, what a connection. Oh man. I'm gonna call that shit the whorish connection, the whorish and Nazi connection to Barbie. Or I'm gonna put Barbie in her whorish connection to Nazis is gonna be the title of my thread. And that shit gonna go. I already know how I'm gonna put it together. It's gonna be a 2-tweet thread. It's gonna take me no less than 5 minutes to do it all. 10 minutes if I'm being diligent. So I'll probably take about 15 to put I'm gonna put it away and then come back to it after 5 minutes, and then look at the thread again just to give it another moment of fresh eyes. This is another little brain hack for y'all. Y'all want to be productive. Y'all know. What about Ken? Is Ken a Nazi too? Ken's a fabrication, man. Oh, the Rumble chat's back. Okay. Rumble chat's back. He said, did HJ just say NASA is Nazi? Don't tell Unc that. He gonna go off for sure. We're gonna be live with Uncle Hotep. Did I show y'all Uncle Hotep's video? Damn, I gotta do that before we bounce. I was training Uncle Hotep yesterday. Hold on. We got it in yesterday. Pause. Let me play some of that for y'all. You see him? I wore his ass out. Pause. Real nigga workout. It's a real nigga workout. I'm gonna show you what I had him doing. You see how long it's taking him to catch his breath, right?
Yeah. You're on 10 down and nuts.
You see him look up at God? He did good though. Did real good. Down and ups. So you need right here. This is how I get in shape. Everybody be like, oh, I go running. Nah, I do down and ups. I do down and ups. That's how I get
out of here.
In shape. I do
You got
down
six
enough.
more. 6 more. You looking good. You looking good. Just kick him out. Think about it later. That's 5. Keep going. Don't catch your breath down there because your lungs is compressed. Catch your breath when you're standing up. 3 more. We're gonna get him the God body, J. Ross. You see him, right? He doing better than I thought he would. He done made it.
I will say that Unc did better than I thought he would. He did better than I thought he would. I'm gonna show you another exercise I had him going. I'm gonna show you what's busting his ass. Pause. I had him doing this shit right here. Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right, put those down.
Next time I have him probably do isometrics too. I wanted to mix in more isometrics with this, but you know, I just wanted to have him have at least some options to run with. But the isometrics with the kicks, that's one thing people don't understand is like when it comes to ab work, you know, you can work your back and your abs with a lot of stand-up workouts because you're using your back and your abs to stabilize yourself. So the down and ups and the kicks really help the abs. And then some side-to-side shit we went over too. I think that's towards the end. Yeah, these right here.
Now we just need 10 more down and ups. Let the weight pull you down. 10, 11, Shift at the weight, not at the waist, not the head.
All
Shift at the waist, not the head. 2 more. 1, 2. All right, good. Stop.
That right there, that side shit, that's gonna hit your obliques. Your obliques gonna be toe up. You could do those standing up. Like I said, it's a lot of exercises, so you could just take your hand like this. You could do it at your desk and try to keep your butt still, your hips still, and just bend at the top of your hips and stabilize yourself. And don't do it too fast. Try to do it slow, you know? Bend all the way over to the side. And every time you do a rep, you know, lean over a little bit more. Let's get right season. Hotep Con around the corner. Hey, stay focused. Master focus. I'm out of here. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Wait. Oh, shit. Oh, no, that's like a Hotep channel. I thought it was a super chat. I'm out of here, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow, 2 p.m.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How am I supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there. You understand?
You guys finished your work 6 hours early? He's not tapped in.